Might not disagree in this, brother. You ain't gonna disagree on this one, man. About Turbo, dog. What you know about that, Todd? Hold on. This something back in the day. It was a song back in the day. I thought this was a dude at first. I thought this was a dude.
Look what you done to me. I'm mentally at your whim. All of my defenses down. You can look through me with its X-ray vision and whole system from the ground. All I can manage from my kids is a stream of absurdity. Every word I intended to speak winds up locked in the circuitry. No way to control it. It's totally automatic. Whenever you're around, I'm walking my road, completely automatic. All of my systems are down, 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 down. What is this madness? That's on your mind. You doing things you wouldn't before. You wanna know
That would be Kashif Brizzle. That's who that is. That's why we got all these problems. The music ain't like it used to be. That's the problem. How you gonna be in a bad mood listening to shit like this all day? The words say love changes. That makes sense. That's Melissa Morgan, y'all. Come on, sister. Come on. Yeah. You couldn't get no record contract back then. Your ass couldn't sing. You had to be able to sing. No auto tunes. No studio. Your ass had pipes. They all came from the church back then, bro. I got one for y'all right here. This is one of my all-time favorite songs right here. I love this song. We see the porn people in the house. Shout out to the porn people. What's up, y'all? Let's see if we can go find some old shit. Let's see. Uh-oh. Took me to a go-go party one time. Good Lord. You ain't had no fun. You ain't dancing some go-go.
Everybody just looking good. Got my shades so the sun don't shine me no. Never like summertime in the hood. Let's have a fun.
Boy, ain't nothing like some go-go, man. What's up, man? What's up, man? Just having a good little time this evening in the basement. And what's up, Naima? Shout out to Naima. Shout out to Brizzle. If that's the cut, man, you don't know nothing about that Mick James, man. You don't know nothing about that Chucky, man. Chop barbecue. Yeah. This ain't about shooting nobody. This ain't about no drugs. Having fun. You know what's like a culture shock to me now? Go watch House Party. Just watch the original House Party. And it's weird seeing black men that are young back then, even today, like watching that shit and trying to see it through the prism of how we're projected and how we're supposed to act now. And see these black men that ain't on no street shit. They ain't gangsters. They just want to rip the mic and have fun and just this shit weird. They dancing. That shit is weird. They playing slow music. It's time to go to work. And they put the Always and Forever on. That shit, like, it was weird. I watched it, me and my lady. We was like, damn, this shit seems alien now. Like, it really does. Anyway, what's up, man? So let's get to it. So, you know, guys, this video's not, I'm not going to attack anybody in particular. Really not. Like, I'm not trying to get into any type of beef or back and forth with anybody. Lord knows when I hit my damn live, here comes some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, who am gonna get into it with it now? Like, it's probably these motherfuckers responding to me. I don't even know who the fuck they are. Like, but it is what it is. I'm not mad. I actually take it as a compliment because I done crossed over. Now I done pissed niggas off. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm the master simp of the manosphere now because I don't agree with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the biggest simp now. Like, you know, Sub is a simp because he doesn't rock with us and everything we say and blaming the black woman as the complete, you know, cancer and what's, you know what I'm saying? So, shit, hit me up, Daywalker. Hit me up. Sub03639 at Gmail. Hit me up. Let's chat. But anyway, let me say this, man. Like, you know, sometimes you see stuff happen and then you wonder, like, why is this? Why? Why is it that you have friction among people? What's up, Ray Gun? Yeah, I'm big time now, man. I got some big wigs responding to me like, damn, my name raining out in them streets, dog. I'm like Marlo Stansfield out this bitch. That's what's up. My name out there. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I'm the king. You know what I'm saying? Even if they ain't the king no more, I'm still the king. At least I can say I was the king, right? Let me stop. Y'all know I like The Wire. I done watched all that shit. But anyway, like, this the thing, man. Like, sometimes you look at stuff, you see, like, why the fuck do you got to get into it with it? Why we got to disagree? Why we got to, and even if we disagree, why do we handle it the same way? Like, I mean, or the way we do, not the same, but different. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we handle it the way we do? Like, some people handle shit different. Like, I'll handle shit completely different than another guy. Or, you know, the next, you know, what kind of throws us off is we've all been taught that there are certain characteristics that men are supposed to exhibit, right? And then when you get in certain spaces, you see that men don't exhibit those characteristics. They are completely opposite. And they're much more complex. And I'm not saying that those that don't exhibit the traditional, what a man's supposed to be traced, are feminine. And I'm not trying to make this video as a jab to anybody in particular. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Can't we all just get along, right? Because I know there are millions of brothers that disagree with everything I say. I know it. I know who they are. I've actually, when I first got on YouTube, I used to quickly hop my ass on a panel discussion and mute what you won't see is me getting into it with a lot of brothers on panel discussions because I was smart. I was, even back then, I would get in, I said, okay, I'm on a panel discussion. It's 5 motherfuckers. They all saying the same shit and I disagree. I would be like, well, I disagree. And I would say something, but I would cut it off at a certain point because I knew, you know what I'm saying? I knew that there would be, thank you, Naima. I don't think I'm growing a little bit, but I ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? But let me say this. I knew that there would always be people that disagree with you. And, you know, my brother, you know, has been influential in my life, my older brother. And I remember him telling me, man, look, as soon as you open your mouth and speak, somebody's pissed. it no matter if you say boo, scat, cow, somebody's mad, right? Anytime you open your mouth, people are going to be upset. Anytime you do something or say something or express your opinion, someone is going to disagree with you and someone is going to agree with you. That's just how life is, right? And, what's that word? Amicability. I'm sorry, brother. I'm on hooked on funny today. Black people lack amicability, and we have low emotional intelligence to understand everything. Everybody thinks like you. Not everybody thinks like you. Well, let me say this. That comes from being raised by women. I probably won't disagree with you on that. I think we do have a lot of men that are raised by women, right? And so I think that does have a lot to do with it. But let me say this. I have to go back to my roots, right? And everybody has different roots. Everybody does. Not everybody was raised in the same house. Not everybody was raised with the same parents. Not everybody was raised with the same. And even if you were raised in the same similar situations, one person has a different outlook and one person has a different experience, right? Like the way I look at women, I had to step back the other day and say, damn, am I out of touch? Am I out of touch? Maybe, because I don't think I'm all that damn attractive. Like, I'm okay. I ain't shit. Like, these dudes like, hey, man, you just can't. I'm like, damn, am I that? Because I've seen dudes where I've seen women go crazy over. And they may look at shit different. Like, Boris Kojo may think different than, some little short 5'2" Shrek looking ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might think different because that's Boris Kojo. That's most women are attracted to I'm talking about 90% of black women will mess with a Boris Kojo type guy. I'm sorry, just no homo, right? And so I say, well, damn, maybe I'm just out of touch. Oh my God, these porn people are just relentless. Man, there you go. Anyway, right? And so I'm like, well, maybe I'm just out of touch. And because I have to ask myself, guys, I know y'all see me come on this channel. And see, I know in this space, we got to act like we got all the fucking answers. Guess what? I don't. Right? And I can come in this space and disagree with someone. And we may disagree, but then I sit back and I say, damn, is he right though? You always got to ask yourself, what's up, mister? You always got to ask yourself, whenever someone is on the opposite side of the spectrum, you want to try to have what we do call emotional intelligence, empathy, understanding what the other person is feeling. This is intelligent and is feeling. And this is intelligence, stepping back, not to say I'm all that bright. What I'm saying is you have to be able to step aside, deconstruct your argument, see what's wrong with it, if it does have any flaws, and say, well, maybe I just don't look at it the right way. I could be wrong, right? And I know in this space, we don't say that shit on YouTube. Those are 2 words. Well, I could be wrong. 4 words. Had to count them out. Those are 4 words you can never say in this space. Is I could be wrong, because as men, we've always been taught that we got to always have a definitive answer, and our shit got to be well thought out and airtight, right? And me, when it comes to dating, that is a complex subject, for example, right? And so I say, well, why is it that one man can go through something and see it different than another man? What is it? Right? Because I'm starting to realize that. Like, a lot of dudes, like, if one man has a lot of resentment towards his mother, and another man loves his mother and doesn't have any resentment, not a mama's boy, but he loves his mother. He takes care of his mom. Anytime his mom calls him, anytime he does, that man is going to look at shit a little different than the guy who hates his mother. Literally hates the woman that birthed him and wiped his ass and fed him and got his school clothes and all that stuff, right? And if one man thinks a certain way, and why am I saying that? Let me share my screen a little bit. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. So I thought this through. Now, what you're looking at is the Blue Letter Bible website. And I went and got the King James Version of the Book of Psalms. Now, whether you're a believer or not, there's a lot of wisdom in the Book of Psalms. Now, look at this first verse. Right? G already on the devil's advocate. What we got to play devil's advocate. I don't think the video response is a personal thing. I think it's more attacking the premise of your argument, but very passionate. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I didn't listen to the video, so I don't know. So you are more of an authority on what MOT has to say, and I don't know if Edward Anderson responded. I don't know. I don't know. Other brothers, people I don't even know, smaller channel, They coming at me. It is what it is, you know. But I dared to say something that is like, hey, I care about my community, right? And that was really what brought this on, was me saying I care about my community, right? And I'm supposed to, and I guess the opposite is to not care about your community, right? And so I'm going to the first book of Psalms, first chapter, right? I want to read this to you. It says, "Blessed is the man," we done heard this 1,000 times, right? "Blessed is the man who walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful." Right? And so what it's saying is, blessed is the guy who isn't getting ungodly advice. Right? You know what I'm saying? So I mean that's something that, you know, whether you agree with whatever. We ain't finna get into the white man, and we ain't talking about that. We talking about, we can all agree that the person that is not getting, well, we can't all agree. See, that's the problem. See that, and therein is the premise of this video. We can't even agree on that. Right? We can't even agree that the man that is, if you're listening to ungodly advice, then you're not blessed. We can't agree on that. Right? And I'm gonna give you a good example. Good example. If I'm telling you how not to take care of your children, right? Just on the surface, I'm not giving you any, or even say how to get out of child support. How about that, right? Because that's a very nuanced subject, right? Because I don't know if I agree with that. Because although I think the system needs to be changed, you should not bring a child into, I think it is immoral to bring a child in this world and not take care of them. I don't give a damn, right? If you, I'm gonna relinquish my rights. Like, that is immoral as hell to me. Like, if my son does that, he gonna have a problem. Me and him gonna have a major problem. My dad would have put his foot up my ass had I come home and say, "Dad, I saw I had a baby and I don't want to have nothing to do with it." What, boy? What you say? Like that's, you know what I'm saying? That's me though. Like that's not everybody. And so I'm starting to realize, like, damn, I'm going about this all wrong, because now I'm starting to understand everybody does not have the same worldview. I know this is a basic ass premise, but just stay with me. And because we don't have the same worldview, we'll never see complex subjects the same, right? Like, I know that dating is something that on certain subjects I will never see. Like, if you liking finding a woman to the community and me caring about the community and me saying, hey, I can find a black woman, the black girl at the gas station pumping her gas that gave you a smile that wasn't ratchet, but just, you know, she got on a little work clothes or something. She got on a little power suit or whatever. She going to work. She making a little money. She look good, nice body. You attracted to her. And you think, and when you see her, what goes on in your mind? Man, she's cute. Let me walk up to her. If that's that, then we might be on the same wavelength. Or if you like, no, she's part of the gynocracy and I can't talk to her because if I do this, then she'll, and you don't even know this girl, but these are the things that, then we are on the different sides of the spectrum, right? We're two people that'll never see eye to eye on a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I think that in this space, that's what you see, a war. You know, Hitler had a book called Mein Kampf. We've all heard of it, right? And in Mein Kampf, he talked about righteous and unrighteous and how the masses swung like a pendulum between the two. And there were times in history where the unrighteous men dominated. Then there were times where the righteous men dominated. And the masses kind of swung as a pendulum. And that's what it is, right? And the mark of a righteous or unrighteous is their principles. They both adhere to their principles. They have principles that they believe in, right? That they live by. And like I said, if you're a man that believes that it's okay to leave a child 5 or 6 states away from you, and that's your child that you brought into this earth, and that shit don't faze you at all, we'll never, you and me ain't gonna ever agree on the community. We don't have the same morals, right? Or, and I'm not even trying to say it along the lines of morality. For example, give you a good example. If I'm a man that pays his bills, that pay all the bills at his house, his woman doesn't work, she's working on other stuff, trying to start a business, right? And he pays for his kid, put his son and daughter in a private school. I'm talking about he paid a car note, he paid every damn thing, okay, by himself. That guy has the mindset of a patriarch. You get what I'm saying? That's some patriarch stuff right there. Like, that's not a guy who, and if that guy comes in certain spaces he's not going to agree with the guy who lives with his mom, right? Now, if me and that guy were to sit down and talk about life and marriage and shit like that, not to say, because there was a time I stayed with my mom, right? So I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to make this about morality. I guess I am, in a sense I am. But what I'm saying is, I'm not trying to make this strictly about morality. The principle of a guy who comes up and talks to a man that stays with his mom and has no children, no responsibility, right? And all he has is, he don't even have a car note, right? He drives an old beat up car and he stays with his mom and lives in her basement. And he wants to get on a panel discussion with a guy who is paying a mortgage or rent, tuition for school, budgeting for his son to have a daughter to have, millions of dollars by the time they 30 years old. They should have at least $1 million. I know it's not a lot of money by the end, who knows? But at least he's making efforts. He's buying silver, gold, crypto. He's thinking way out into the future. You get what I'm saying? That guy's never going to be able to, I ain't gonna say never, but a lot of times when you get two men like that in different points in their life, those men aren't going to agree. That man that's single with no kids is going to look at shit different, right? Like if you talk, and I had this happen one time. I was on the phone with two guys, two YouTubers who will remain nameless, right? And one of them, we was talking about kids and stuff, and I had just had my son at the time, and we were talking about kids or something. We got onto a subject, and it was like they'll try to. The one bro's like, I'll crush a woman if she give me a child or some shit. If a bitch try to give me a kid, and I said, man, what if she tried to move or something like that? What would you do? Now, me being a father and having had the moment, one of the greatest moments of my life is when doctor put that child in my arms, and he looked up at me and grabbed my finger, and he smiled. Like his first minutes of living, he looked at me, and I kissed him on his head, right? And I was the first person to change his diaper. That shit rewired my brain, right? I was a completely different man after that. Completely different man, right? There was the before, and there's like AD and BC, right? Like BC and AD, right? Anno Dominus in the year of our Lord, right? And when that happened, it changed me. You know what I'm saying? And so I never was the guy. You can't pull out the Bible and not say you trying to talk morality, but the issue is that people don't want to agree on morality. Everybody hate the Bible till they won't help. Well, yeah, I just talked about the first piece of it. I could, trust me, I can go and I defend it to I throw the blows with anybody want to disagree with me on the Bible. I don't care. Lord knows it. I'm one of the ones you can't just say anything to about the Bible and think I'm just gonna cower and be scared and, well, I don't want you. No, what? This me and like I do it. But the point I'm trying to make is you got to understand, man. Like if you got two guys in a room and they both come from different walks of life, they're never going to agree on certain things. And I know that sounds real elementary, but at the same, it's really sometimes the most simple shit is the deepest. When you really look at the most profound thoughts that you've had in your life, they've been the most simple shit that you ever had. You're like, God dang, that was very simple. But if I apply that shit and I look at it and I try to live by that shit, the wisdom that comes from that, the avoidance of bullshit in your life that you can avoid from getting into little frivolous ass bullshit ass arguments because you know, right? If I know your situation, if I know you stay with your mom, you struggling, or you just making $25,000 a year, and it's not like I'm not like look, and let me tell this, like, let me clear this up. Guys, we all got to start somewhere, okay? I'm not dragging anybody for making $25,000 because I was making 28, 29 as a damn produce manager. So trust me, I've been there, right? So I'm not trying to belittle that guy on the other side of the spectrum. What I'm saying is when you sit down and you got a guy that pays mortgages and all that shit, he's going to look at shit different. If you got a guy who loves his children, who loves being a dad, who will sacrifice his life for his child, that guy's going to have a completely different mindset and worldview most of the time. Now, one of the most interesting things about the black man is we're complex, and a lot of us, even after having children, don't give a fuck about the future. All we still care about is ourselves, right? No, I don't do coding for cryptocurrency yet. I don't do that yet, okay? Not yet, right? But we all have to admit that there are a lot of black men that care about their children and love their children and will sacrifice anything for their kids. Then there are a lot of black men who say they love their kids, and they probably do. I'm not doubting that they do, but their love might not be as intense. They won't uproot their lives to be there for their kids. Like if the mother of your child, if y'all ain't married, and the mother of your child wants to move 2 states over to, you live in Alabama, she want to move to Texas, right? Or she want to move to Tennessee or something, right? Or Arkansas, right? If the mother of your child wants to move and you say you love that child and you got a job where you're making $35,000, $40,000 at a factory or something, you could probably uproot that and find a job, something similar, right? As a father, this is where you get into the differences between men. Certain men will say, to me, the most important thing for me right now, I'm not married, so the main thing is making sure my child is taken care of, not just financially, not with a phone call, not with some Christmas gifts or me coming to get him every twice a month. I ride up there and see him and spend the weekend. No, you will get your ass up. You will ride up there. You take some off time. You're gonna ride your ass up to wherever she is, and I'm gonna find a job in that same area. First of all, if that's something that, first of all, the type of woman you get with, you want to take very quick. You want to be very careful with who you have children with. But if you can't, and she's one of them selfish ass bras that's on that shit, then you need to be like, I'm gonna be a father, damn it. If I have to move, like, people dragging Kanye. They say Kanye West bought a house across the street from Kim Kardashian. He's chasing her. Kanye seems to me as the type of guy who loves his children. Just from what I pick up. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel about it. I think Kanye West loves his children, and I think he made whatever sacrifice. You think because think about it, she probably dating some dude. He probably see it. It probably break his heart. I wouldn't want to see that if I really still wanted to be with the woman. But I'm gonna move. I wouldn't move across the street, but I damn sure would be like a stone's throw away, a block or two, or maybe just a 5-minute drive, so that child can be in the same school. That child can be. Now, see, that's patriarchal thinking, though. That's how a patriarch would think. That's how a person who wants to be remembered when they leave this earth. You get what I'm saying? That's what I mean by patriarch. Who built something, who made a difference. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he did the right thing. Any black man that wants to be a good father to his children gonna need to be in a close vicinity to that mother. And I hate to say that because it's some brothers I like that's cool, but their kids live 3-4 states away. Right? I couldn't do that. I could not. That shit, look at me. You want to see me crying like a baby? Let me go. Let my son be 3-4 states away from me. I wouldn't study shit. I couldn't be out here chasing no women. I want to be where he is. So he's here with me in the house. But if it wasn't for that, and me and his mom wasn't like that, and we ain't together, and she over, she gonna move to Texas or she gonna move to Florida. Damn it, I told her, I said, wherever your ass move, I don't care. You move to Arkansas, Arizona, California, Pittsburgh, wherever you go, here I come. And that's why I positioned myself so that if that were to happen, I have the skills. I can go work I can work anywhere now because I can work from my laptop. So I can do anything. I can go work in Timbuktu if I felt like it, right? So I don't have to be one of those guys that's stuck to a certain land area. But I still can sustain myself. I still can be a good father. I still can be there for my child. But a man that thinks like that is never going to sit down with a man that has no children, no real responsibilities outside of himself. Because that man at that point, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, when you're single, you're supposed to be selfish. You're supposed to be all about yourself. I get it. Because when you get married or when you get with somebody and you got a child or something, it's no longer about you. So when you are young, when you have kids, when you don't have kids, and I'm saying, what the hell am I doing? I can't sit up here and try to argue with somebody with no damn kids. Fuck that, come out today. Yeah, of course you'll say that. You ain't got no kids, you ain't got nothing. You don't feel like, okay, what gonna happen? I remember when my dad, God rest his soul, before he died, you know what he told me? He said, son, I'm okay with going on to glory and going to be with the Lord, but what's gonna happen with y'all? My concern is I'm leaving y'all down here, and what's gonna happen in the future, and my concern is I'm not here to protect you. See what I'm saying? And that's, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing I'm talking about. Like we should really start looking at these conflicts and these arguments and people in these YouTube spaces through that spectrum. Because you're gonna take an energy, you're gonna take a posture that a man that is saying, "Hey, baby, you ain't got to work, but you sick of this shit? Fuck it, just come on home, work with me. I mean, just stay home. You can do this, you can do that. You say you want to do this, go study, get your cert, do this. I got you. Don't worry about it. What about this? I got it." That's different. That's not a simp. See what I'm saying? Now, brothers in this space, oh, that's a simp, nigga. No, that ain't no simp. You know what I'm saying? That's a man. You know, and it's also a young man if you don't have it. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not dragging it because I'm not like so far gone or trying to talk down to the young single brother with no kids. No. I'm not doing that. I'm just telling you to prepare your mind to be that one day. You'll be that one day if you have that value system. But if you don't have that value system and all you care about is having sex and having orgasms and you never think I'm never going to have kids, then fine. Now, I myself, I think I look at it a certain way. I do. I ain't going to lie like that. Because I think, okay, well, shoot, you part of the problem. Right? But what'd you say? A man who is on his game won't attack bullshit women or he can see them coming. Both guys are just lame, period. But these guys are just lame, period. And the point I'm trying to make is this. If I see a guy and he's all he's about is sex, right? Then I'm gonna look at it a certain way. I'm like, well, shoot, if that's what you care about, then that's what you would care about, right? But for me, I don't think like that. So I think long term. I think about something called intergenerational wealth. I think about my kids and my grandkids and what are they gonna have? And did I do the shit that I should have did to have them set up so that they would be straight, right? So are they gonna know my last name when they never met me? My great grandfather, he did this, he did. Yeah, they might could if YouTube don't delete my damn channel, which they might one day, but if they don't delete my channel and my channel is still up, they can go back and watch my videos, right? But if you really want to know me, what did I do for them? Did I build something? Did I do something that matters to them? You know what I'm saying? Historically, as men in the Black community, we come at these things and we don't have a established, dare I say, social contract between one another. We don't. We come in these spaces and we go at each other's and we rip each other's heads off. And then when it's all said and done, we don't try to look at the other man's situation. And I've been that other guy. See, I've been those guys that's on these panel discussions and felt a certain way. We've all felt insecure about a woman. We've all felt, now of course, ego and pride won't let a lot of brothers admit that, but I think that's a big piece of it. That's just my personal opinion. But even if it isn't, if you really believe this stuff, then fine. But we have different worldviews, different outlooks on life, and we'll never see stuff the same, right? But when that child, like I said, having children, raising children, paying bills, telling the woman, baby, I got you, you ain't got to worry about shit. You're going to get a whole different level of cooperation from a woman when you tell her some shit like that. Than a woman that got to work 40 some odd hours a week, come home tired, she got to suck your dick, fuck, she got to go out here and go to the gym, she got to teach the kids, that woman going to treat you a little different than a woman that she get up at 9:30. First she run the kids to school, and she come back, go back to sleep, wake up, go study, work on her business, go to the gym at 12:30, work out, come back, go pick up your child at 3:30. That woman going to treat you a little different. You know what I'm saying? Respect, all that shit gonna be a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? That's an anomaly for a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of us are, a lot of us don't understand that certain men from different walks of life, we're never gonna agree. And if you lack certain responsibilities, you lack certain things, it's not a diss. It's not a tear down, guys. It's just that, I just don't see us ever being able to sit down and agree. And wisdom is for me to understand that and not engage. And that's what you see me trying to do on my channel, right? I try not to engage. This is really why, sincerely, I'll never go on one of these Black women panels. I don't. A lot of times you have to be careful because you'll step into a landmine. Like you'll be, but hey, brother, we talking about internet businesses. You get on that bitch, motherfucker start talking about and yeah, you can't grow the business because I went to the conference and the black woman, you know, and I'm like, well, shit, let me get my ass off here. You know, it's one of those situations, right? But when it boils down to a lot of us have to start looking at it from a person's, what's the word? Vantage point. A lot of us have different vantage points in life. We don't see shit the same. I'm starting to realize that. I'm thinking, man, clearly these people understand the importance of the nuclear family structure and understand the importance of why you should, support that and why we should sustain that. And clearly these people understand the importance of when I say that the nuclear family, and usually if you get into most of these discussions with these people, they'll agree with you. Yeah, that's true. But when you start living that shit out, how do you heal? When 40% of our kids don't have fathers in their homes, 62% do, 38% don't. I just looked it up a few minutes ago, right? So 62% the fathers living in the house, even if the parents aren't married. The other 38% don't. So that 38% that's being raised literally without a dad, right? Which is high. That's like 40%, right? That 40% that's literally not having a father in the home with them, that don't know how to raise, don't know how to do certain things. How do we fix that? And listen, not all of them are Pookie and Ray Rays and deadbeats. I get it. Not all of them out here shooting up people's houses, acting a fool. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the people that's in this space that are raised by women. It's brothers in this space that was raised in single parent household, single moms in this space, right? And if I say, hey, this is what I mean about we'll never see eye to eye. If I say, hey, man, we need to invest in young black boys, whether he has a single mom, a lot of them need role models, and we need to invest in young. That's something that I don't think no black man should have a problem with, personally. But I was met with so much friction on that video, you know what I'm saying? And I saw so many brothers at my head, and I was like, I really couldn't believe it. I was like, I didn't say, let's just invest in young black girls. I said young black boys. Because boys become men, right? And it's not a glamorous job. And the first thing that we do is we go straight to, well, we can't reward the mother. As if your 30 minutes or an hour and a half a week spent teaching, coaching, whatever, is somehow going to replace a father being in the home. This is where we are now. Like, you shouldn't do shit because the dad ain't there and we got to punish her because Lord knows we are so righteous as black men, and we're so holy, right? We're so righteous and above everybody that we can sit in the seat of judgment on a woman, right? And say that, you know what? She had a child out of wedlock. Let her raise, let her struggle. Why? Well, you don't want to reward her behavior. This is what I mean. A guy that thinks like that, we're never going to agree. We're never going to agree. We're never going to meet on some common ground. Now, can I do business with them? Yeah, I'm not saying I hate brothers like that. We can do all types of stuff. But when it comes to getting into certain discussions about life and dating and shit like that, you're a single brother with no kids, you would think like that. But what if something happened to me? Would one of y'all mentor my son? If something happened to Sub, with one of those brothers, I'm sure some of them, shout out, I'm sure I got a few brothers that probably wouldn't mind doing it. But what I'm saying is, that's what I'm saying. And what if something happened to me? Or, and this may sound even more worse, what if he is a deadbeat? That ain't got nothing to do with it. To me, those are two different things. But like I said, I'm not here to argue that point. What I'm here to say is we do have different views in life. We look at stuff different. We're never going to agree in life about things. And I'm starting to realize that this is why I don't want to engage people. I don't want to debate. I don't want to because I know. I'm not trying to say I'm right. Shit, I do think I'm right. That's just what it is. But at the end of the day, I don't want to get into these fruitless arguments because I think it's fruitless eventually to sit there and argue over and over and over and over. When you already knew, if you asked those brothers, what does Sub-Zero think? You would already know. Well, I know what Sub thinks, because you see it on my channel. You've seen a million videos. You already know what I think. Why would I engage this brother in a argument, a frivolous argument, right? Because one thing about being a man, and we gotta start thinking about it, one of the most masculine traits you could do is to fix some shit, right? And when you fix something, what do? The first thing you do when you fix something is you say, you know what? I'm finna go out here. I'm finna look at it, see what the problems are. I'm gonna make a diagnosis, and I'm gonna execute and fix it. Right? If I can't fix it, I'm gonna move on. That's what men do, right? If you ride in the car with a woman and the damn car, the tire break, I never forget. I went to this air pump some years ago, and these damn women was sitting there all stressed out and shit. I'm just putting some air in my tire, and the women just sitting there. And I said, "Hey, so y'all okay?" Yeah, my tire is messed up. I went over there. I looked at the tire. I said, "Oh, you got a nail right here. That's why it's going down." I tell you what, hold on. I went in there and bought some Fix-A-Flat, pumped it up, and the damn tire held for a minute. I said, "Now what you want to do is go around the corner." I tell you what, I followed you to the Sears over to the not Sears, whatever little place around the corner. I said, "There's one around the corner. Go ahead." I pumped the damn air in the tire, followed around there, walked in there, told the dude what size tire she needed, and I left. Oh, thank you. That's what men do. We fix shit. We ain't gonna sit there at no damn air pump stressing, worrying. Oh my God, I'm stranded. No, you're not. You know, as it pertains to men, we see shit. Can I fix it? Can I come into this space? And is there a solution? And can we arrive? And can we execute towards the moving towards a resolution? If there isn't one, then I find it frivolous and fruitless to sit here and scream at a brother. You know what I'm saying? I find it, I do. I think it's stupid for me to sit here and scream at somebody who I know doesn't have any kids and don't have no, like, this brother ain't got no kids. He ain't gonna ever see this shit the way I do. If I put the link out about investing in young black boys, he's not thinking about his child. He's not thinking about, like, for example, George Floyd's niece got shot the other day. And I saw the dad on the news special. Shout out to G Dizzle. He the one did the video. He covered it. Man, I almost teared up when I saw that dad crying. I could not imagine. He said his baby ran in there. Daddy, I got hit. Look, 4-year-old little girl. That shit broke my heart. Thank God I think she's going to be okay. But what I'm saying is they shot this girl. What, they hit in the head or something, man? You know what I'm saying? Now, I think like that because when y'all see me making videos about niggas acting a fool, that's because I got a child. Now, if I didn't have a child, would I think the way I think? Probably, but it just wouldn't hit the same. Don't nothing hit the same until you got one that's dependent on you, that looks up to you for food, clothing, shelter, education, everything. You know what I'm saying? That come up to you and hug you and say, "Daddy, I want to be like you." That shit rewire your brain. I don't care if you have a heart. Now, if you the Grinch, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna move over here. I'm chasing this pussy. Then, you know, and it's a lot of guys out here like that. A lot of them. Man, fuck that shit. I mean, I love my son, I love my daughter, but I ain't trying to be with mama. She on some bullshit. Well, yeah, but damn, why don't you be over here? Man, shit, I got my life. I can't see that. So you're not putting the child in first. And some men, I'm not shaming the man. If that's what you want to do, you don't want to put that child out front. I think it's immoral, but if that's what you want to do, then fine. Right? But I do think that, you know, when it comes to us in arguing and going back and forth, some of us will never see life the same. We'll never see things the same. Some of us are, you know, I'm gonna go here for a second. I ain't saying you gotta be a Christian, but some of us don't even believe in God. Some of these dudes are atheists. Like, I'm not trying to be fun. Some of these dudes don't even believe in a creator. Now, I'm not saying they don't have no morals, right? But what is his worldview? Some men still have a community mindset, even if they don't. Some men don't have a community mindset, and it stems from that. They don't see any purpose. There is no purpose but happiness. To them, the utmost chief end in life is to bust a nut and have sex and have fun and live life till its fullest, till they drop dead. That's a guy. And if you're going, like I said, I read the verse. I ain't trying to go into the scriptures, but what I'm saying, it says, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly." So you listen to a guy like that, and you listen. You ain't got to be a Christian. I'm not trying to tell you to be a Christian. What I'm saying is the worldview of that man that you're listening to is different. See, and there are certain men that I saw in this space. And look, we all have certain things that we may look at and say, okay, this guy ain't perfect. He this, he that. And, you know, you got me, right? I'm not talking about being perfection. That ain't got nothing to do with it. What I'm talking about is if you go into certain spaces and if you got people that's, you know, and I'm not trying to drag this brother, but it's just an example of what I'm talking about, because I know he don't believe in God, so he'll tell you that. But I heard Glendon Cameron say he cussed his mom out right before she died, and he didn't feel nothing, right? And That scared me. It did, because I like his content. I said, he making a lot of good content. Then I heard that. I don't know about that, bro. So then I heard him talking about bragging about how he hasn't spoken to his child in years, and the mother is raising the child, and when the child becomes 22 years old, she'll come to me. Like, I don't know what makes you think she's guaranteed to, but she's gonna come to me at 20, and then she'll realize her mom was full of shit. Like, this is what they say. Oh, okay. So meanwhile, you just out here doing whatever, right? Literally, right? We all know that. So I looked at that as immoral. I made an assessment. I made a judgment. I pulled back, right? That's just me. You know what I'm saying? And so I pulled back. And so you got people out here you listen to, man. You don't know where they come from. You don't know why they think the way they think. They'll never come in this space and tell you they're real short. If YouTube was a space where people were naked, it'd be a completely different environment. And we'll probably get to some loose solutions if people were really naked in this space. Name a channel where somebody gonna come out and just tell you the truth and say, man, I'm broke. My account is down, man. I got $400 in my bank account. I did this. I've got bad credit. Name an account. Name it, unless they on here trying to show you how to fix your credit. Usually, when people are on here talking about something, they always on some fly shit. They always got money. They always fucking hoes. They always get the best. They always date dimes. They're always more intelligent than everybody. They got the highest IQs, right? They all making 100,000 or more, right? I've been told $75,000 ain't shit, right? Like I've actually been on panels and people said, "Oh, that ain't that much, 75." Damn, do you know what the national average is? That's pretty damn good, especially for somebody that just took a class for 3 months. $80,000, that's damn good money. But you got a lot of that going on, right? And so what happens is a lot of these people, this is why a lot of people are deceiving and leading a lot of people down some real fucked up paths, man, because people aren't really able to give ourselves the truth. We don't hear the truth, man. And so if I come in this space with my shield up and I got my bravado and my name, yeah, I'm this, I'm that. I got all the answers in. Man, these hoes ain't shit, man. These hoes. That is an actual, that whole mentality. Some of the hatred towards women is a hangover, or should I say, from hip hop culture. Some of the energy that is sent. Now I ain't even talking about the women, because Lord knows that women, that energy is from Oprah and Color Purple and all that bullshit, right? I'm not taking the women's side. So it's when you go to their videos, the hatred of black men and they're dysfunctional, they're this like beta male coon and all that shit, Cynthia G and all that shit she be saying, right? A lot of that is a hangover from white feminism, and that's what it is, right? She don't know that. She wouldn't dare admit that. Well, this is just facts, and you'd be better served being a white man, like that type of, all right, whatever, But that being said, you know what I'm saying? A lot of women in that space tend to want to drag brothers that don't meet certain criteria or whatever. And it's the same over here. A lot of the brothers, I think the energy that they aim in the direction of the sisters is from it's a holdover from hip hop. We've been taught, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. You know what I'm saying? That's when you was a kid, you heard that, right? And you keep hearing that Shorty the Pimp. You know what I'm saying? 1987, I was in my drop top. See that? I still know it, right? We still know cuss words, right? You know what I'm saying? And I remember when I was young and insecure, I used to say little stuff to try to talk about women, like I'm try to portray myself as this master player, like I got all the answers and shit. And it's the same shit in this space. A lot of men coming in this space, man, they ain't gonna come and tell you the truth. Man, I'm shy, man. I'm insecure. I'm only about 5'6". I don't know how to dress. Girls laugh at me when I go up to them. About a year ago. Have you ever heard a brother say this? About a year ago, the last time I walked up to a girl was about 18 months ago. And she looked at me and just rolled her eyes. And it just really broke me down. And it took me a month just to get my confidence back up to even go in that same gym. I said, yeah, have you heard a brother say that? Right? No, you hadn't. And you won't hear that. But you will hear statistics about out of wedlock births, and you'll hear this and you hear that. Tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Tell the truth. And we're not, and because we're not going to tell the truth, because we're not going to come in this space and tell the truth, then it would be futile and stupid for me to come in here and think we're going to have a real discussion about getting answers in this community. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. That's a lot to ask of men to say, hey, man, let's put our differences aside and let's talk about helping these young black boys out here, man. And let's talk about investing in them. And let's talk about, it took you till you was 35 to figure out some stuff that you didn't learn because you grew up in a single parent house with your mom. So can you work past this and look past that and go and let's take this little 5-year-old, this little 10-year-old, and let's take him here and let's do this and let's do that. And let's meet up and let's teach them the game. You're a real estate investor, man, go pick him up and take him and walk him through and take him to the bookstore. I actually did this. I took one kid to the bookstore, sat him down, showed him my HUD one statement. And then I took him to get some meat. Said, man, some steak. We got some steak over there at Longhorn Steakhouse. I walked him in the bookstore. I said, man, get whatever you want. To this day, when that cat see me, guess that cat started, he became an All-American in high school. He played for the Clippers, and he played for the Houston Rockets. That brother, when he come see me, he hugged me. I'm talking about he could be in the club with 1,000. I remember when he was like, just had signed with the Clippers. I was at the Rose one night. And the Rose is a club, right? And me and my homeboy was in there. I walked in, I saw him, and he had his entourage because he on the team, and you know how it is when you make it, right? He stood up, walked past all them niggas. They looking at me. That nigga grabbed me and hugged me like I was his long lost cousin, brother or something. Man, how you been, brother? I ain't seen you. You know why? Because he remembered. Like one time he was playing for the University of Arkansas, and they broke in his house and stole all his shoes and clothes. And he called me. He said, man, they got me, bro. I said, what? He said, man, they just broke in my house. I said, man, no way, I got you. Went picking. Not one time have I invested with this brother. He done told me 3 or 4 times, man, let me know whenever you want to do something, bro. Get at me. Get at me, bro. Whenever you want to do something. He done told me 3 or 4 times. I never did. But what I'm saying is that brother, I invested in him. He was in like the 9th grade when that happened. But I knew, I said, this brother gonna be All-American. Now, not like I was looking to get some money, because if I was, I would have took him up on his offer, right? But I did it. I invested in him, and he remembered that shit. To this day, when he see me, he screamed my name out. Man, what's up, bro? What's up? Every time. And I always hug him back. Man, what's up, man? How you doing, bro? We talk. And that's that is a fulfilling thing in life, man, when you done invested in a young man and he come back and he show love like that. That shit is the best feeling in the world, man. Because that little brother, like I said, and I didn't know what he was going to do. I told him, I said, man, when you get up, you're going to be all right and you're a good athlete and stuff, man, but make sure you learn the business part. I think I bought him Cash Flow Quadrant. I bought him the CDs too. I bought him Cash Flow Quadrant, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Richest Man in Bow. I spent like $100 and some dollars. I bought him like 6 different books. How to win friends and influence people. All the classics, y'all know them, right? And he was cool with that shit, So, like I said, this is my past. This is who I am. So, coming in this space, talking to a brother that has never done. I'm not trying to say it like I deserve a pat on the back. Okay, I'm not trying to say that. What I'm saying is, if I get into space and I'm talking to a brother and he doesn't agree with me, take in mind this is where subs path. This is my path in life. This has been my path. This is what God sent me down. This is the path I came from. This is where I'm from. This is what I'm about. This is what I believe in investing in. This is what I've been doing. This is the work that I've done, right? And so coming up to a brother that's never done none of that doesn't have any kids, that has a different outlook on life, for whatever reason, be it spiritual or whatnot, whatever, right? Upbringing, whatever, right? That brother is going to think different. Me and that brother's never going to meet up. We never going to be able to come together and agree on things. That doesn't mean we can't do business, because doing business ain't got to have the same worldview with you to do business. That ain't, because that's stupid, right? You can do business with a person, with a Klansman. I will. I don't care, right? That's not what that's not what we're about. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is in this space, man, when we talking and we trying to, what's up, Fatima? when we trying to do different things, man, we trying to have these discussions and about solutions. Some people don't want solutions. Some people came to pour fire pour gas on the fire, grab a beer, sit there and laugh and watch it burn. This is the mentality of a lot of us, a lot of these brothers in this space. And for whatever reason, they'll be like, I'm not gonna some brother might be a neurosurgeon, or he might be able to help brothers, but he's like, I ain't doing nothing. I ain't invested in them. Why? I'm gonna take my ball and go home, right? Because you're disgruntled because the community didn't treat you right when you were 20, when you were 18, 17. You didn't get the right treatment. Not saying you were bullied, but you didn't get the right treatment. See what I'm saying? So, like I said, a brother that thinks like that, he's not gonna admit that. He's just gonna tell you why he shouldn't invest. Now, we both know that, okay, strike one, you don't have this. Strike two, you don't have this. Strike three, you know where there's smoke, there's fire. What's up, BC? So you probably are disgruntled about something that happened in your past, in your dating situations, in life, and so you're gonna be a little bitter. And it is what it is. I've been bitter before. I've been bitter. Let me tell you what I did, man. I had a girl I like, right? We never talked. We talked a little bit, but it never really went anywhere, right? So I saw her. Now, she wasn't even dating this dude, but it was this dope boy that used to come up to the gym, right, where she would work and stuff. She worked at the front desk, right? Cold, bad, right? So the dude, dope boy, be coming there. He always be talking to her. I remember her sitting there laughing and joking with the dude. And one day I was talking to one of my homeboys. I was in there working out. Like, yeah, them the type of niggas she like. And my homeboy said, you know what I'm saying? Like, he said, why are you saying that? Because he a dope boy? And just by he asking me that, I realized what he was getting at. He was saying, you hating. You hating. Like, dude, because the dude, I knew the dude. He was a nice guy. I knew he sold dope, but I like dude. He was a cool dude. He was. So I had to look on the inside and say, you know what, I am hating. I'm hating on this dude. You know what I'm saying? He a cool dude, and I don't like it because she talking to him and she ain't talking to me. Now, even though she didn't talk to the guy, but they would talk a lot. So I thought they was dating, but they wasn't. You know what I'm saying? She was dating another dude, but I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? But I was bitter. I was hating. I had to pull back. I said, damn, you know. And one thing I don't like to see in my heart is jealousy. And if I can deal with it when I see it, I will. You know what I'm saying? That's something we don't admit. The only thing I do not like to see is jealousy. Like, that is one of the most ugly emotions to have. It is. It exists. Okay? I know people, man, you never been no hell. I'm just such a righteous moral. Well, you know what? You different. Sometimes you'll be like, damn, I wish I had this. Because, you know, it's not always that you're jealous, like, I want to see somebody come to ruin. That's envy. But you've been jealous of people like, damn, I wish I had this, or I wish I had this or that, or whatever it may be, you know. And I try to hate it because I'm like, in a way, it's good because it can motivate. Like, I admire certain things about other people, right? But it's okay to do that. But never let it overtake you and dominate you. Because what happened is you'll start looking at people to tear them down. Then it becomes envy. And you don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? And so I pray about that. And I say, man, God help me with that, because I don't want to be that person that is a crab in the barrel ass nigga that don't want to see a nigga doing some fly shit and I'm trying to tear him down. You know what I'm saying? I see a nigga doing something and he doing something, trying to do something righteous. And I'm like, man, screw that nigga, man. No, bro, what you need? Even if it's somebody that I feel like may be my competition, right? I always, because you know, it's all about your outlook, and this is what I mean. This video is flowing fairly easy. You know what? Some people have a scarcity mindset. Some people have an abundance mindset. So those are people you don't talk politics about because if you got a scarcity mindset, then oh my God, these porn people, I tell you. But if you got a scarcity mindset, you're never gonna be able to address politics with certain. You're not gonna be able to sit down. Like, even in dating, like, if you got a scarcity mindset versus an abundance mindset. Like Ray Gun, I look at his comments. Ray Gun has an abundance mindset with women. Ray gun like shit. There's always somebody there for me. I'm good. That's a mindset. That's not. I know, man, you crazy. What about the data? Like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you. Me and you. If we hook up, go get a bill, and we see a dime, what you gonna do? You gonna freeze? That's what I'm talking about. Abundance mindset, shit, I'm on it. Where's she at? A scarcity mindset, man, she probably got, man, shit, she probably date rappers or something, man. You gotta be careful because it'll creep up in you, and you'll be telling yourself that, man, she gonna talk to me. I ain't got this, that's a scarcity mindset. You got it. This is what I'm saying. People that have an abundance mindset, me, for example, I'm not trying to say it like I'm better than somebody, but what I'm saying is this. I have an abundance mindset in that I've always felt like it was always a woman out there somewhere that was gonna have my back, love my ass, from America with the same culture, speaks my language, and she looked like I'm attracted to her. She my type. We work together. We vibe. That's all I need. And guess what? I met a bunch of them because I had an abundance mindset, right? But if you got a scarcity mindset, then you get into, well, I mean, what about the divorce rate? You know, most women file for divorce. I mean, 77 times out of 10, they're the ones filing. And what about out of wedlock births? And what about, you know, these baby mamas? And what about, you know, education? What about crime? And what about all that shit ain't got nothing to do with that woman that's in front of you? It's a scarcity mindset, right? Or if I talk politics with a person, right? Well, you know, man, you only gonna get as far as the white man let you. See, that's scarcity mindset. Me, I'm gonna put my foot up the white man ass. I'm finna build. I'm finna have this business. I'm finna do. This is what it's gonna be. I'm too talented. I'm too gifted. God done blessed me so much. It ain't no way I'm supposed to be stopped. I'm too, man. I could do all types of stuff. I could do, man. That's how I feel about myself. Every day I wake up, I'm like, man, I got so much I could do. I could do this. I could do that. I could do this. I could run here and do this. That's abundance, right? Scarcity. Shit, man. Hopefully, white folks will give me a job, and maybe the white man. You know, you're never gonna be a millionaire. I had a friend tell me that. Man, I'm never gonna be a millionaire. And I said, ugh, how you say that? What, man? See, that affects politics because now when somebody stand up, tax the rich, that was shit. I'm gonna be rich. Abundance mindset, scarcity mindset. Man, shit, I ain't ever gonna have $1 million. Tax them, shit. I don't care. See how it works? You see what I'm saying? So I'm conservative. I'm for low taxes. Nah, keep them taxes low. Job creators, you create a job, damn it, you deserve a tax cut. I have no problem with it. You gave a man a job, you create 1,000 jobs, damn it, you deserve to get a lower tax cut. I have no problem with it. That's not fair. Why is it fair? Your ass walked in with a high school diploma or a GED. You push a button all day and you think you need to be getting the same shit as a person that provided thousands of jobs, went through the factory, got the permit, got the damn factory, got all that shit, had to grease the politicians' hands, deal with all this shit, hire the right people, deal with all the firing, the damn people stealing, all that shit. You think it's the same and all you doing is sitting there pushing a button all day in some little low-skilled labor thing? That's why, you know, they say they mad at the New York mayor because he said low-skilled labor. I'm like, so what? It's low skill to wash dishes. Like a 8th grader can wash dishes. A 7th grader can wash dishes. So it is low skill labor, right? You sweeping the floor, mopping, low skill labor. Shit, my son can sweep. He 5. Low skill labor. You ain't gotta have the highest IQ to sweep, man. You don't have to have the highest IQ. So if you don't have to be the most intelligent person to do it, then it's low skill labor. That's it. But people got mad. Abundance, scarcity mindset. Now, if I see a person in this space and I identify, see, this is real true, right? Wisdom to me is being able to identify quickly. See, what you need to do as a man, guys, this is how I have to look at it. When you get in these spaces, identify people. The words will tell you who they are. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. I tell my students to read that book. Damn sure did. That was a great book. But I tell my, you know, if you get in this space and somebody's talking from a scarcity mindset, and I hear a lot of scarcity mindset when it comes to women, and to me, this shit is, and then you hear niggas like me, man, that shit easy. Y'all talking about, man, You hear somebody, a lot of times what guys do with the abundance mindset, will oversimplify. Man, just spit your game. Damn. It's more to it. There's more to it than that. It ain't just spit your game. It's a lot that people have to overcome. If they short, they got a lot of things to overcome. We need to unpack these things. How do you date, right? Like some brothers don't know how to. They don't tell you that, but they'll be like, well, how do I date? You think you're going to go to a club and meet your wife? It doesn't work like that. You're probably going to meet a headache in the club more than likely, a lot of times, right? You got to have some game in the club. Like, you always got to know what you're doing when you go in the club talking to a woman, because that's their domain. The club is usually the woman's domain. The brother, you at the disadvantage. You got to walk up to her and talk. And if she's in front of other women, you got to disarm all them. These are the social dynamics when you're in a club. You at the disadvantage when you're in the club. You walk up to a woman, she with her girls, you know how they are. So she might be checking you out and think you're attractive. But if you walk your ass up and you say the wrong shit, you blown out the water. Them girls gonna look at you. You need to go on. You need to move. That's how it is. Right? So now you got to know how to disarm them for, hey, guys, you got, so that takes some balls, some confidence. So a brother on the abundance mindset will just oversimplify that shit and say, no, man, just spit your game. It's more than that. You know what I'm saying? Well, here we go. But wait, is it a scarcity mindset or accurate assessment of one's position? Brizzle, me and you are, I don't look at it like you do, Brizzle. See what I'm saying? We criticize overweight women with 3 kids expecting a 6-figure man. So a 5'2" broke man expect a supermodel. I never said that. But I'm going to be honest with you. I believe a 5'2" man can move and exercise and do certain things, not physically, but yeah, including physically, to move himself to a better position. Now, 3 kids, shit. I mean, damn, you gave me a bad scenario. It's hard to dig out of 3 kids. Now, if you got one and, you know, you looking for, you might could, because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, as a guy who knows a bunch of 6-figure earning black men right here in Atlanta that are extremely lonely, that would easily and gladly date a single. I'm telling you right now, I know some brothers that if they date a girl and she got a kid, they wouldn't have gave a fuck. Them brothers that's in IT, that's lonely as hell. Like the brother I told y'all that I work with at a company over there in Norcross, not the one that got cheated, the same company where the guy got cheated on was another brother worked there. He worked in another department. That brother was staring and always telling me, I was sitting talking with the secretary up front, pretty girl. But we just cool. I just, man, what's up, man? Go up there and crack jokes. I go to the water fountain, walk up, man, what's up? What's happening? Give me some of that candy. She had a little candy in the thing. So then we would just joke and have fun. And so the dude, like, man, you talking? I'm like, no, man, we just, I could be talking to her. Just, man, she beautiful, man. I'm like, Sean, why don't you holler at her? Man, I don't know, dog. I don't know, man. You know, this is work. I said, man, just holler at her. Tiffany, that was her name. Just holler at her. Man, I don't know, dog. I don't know. He was scared. He told me. He actually told me. We got comfortable. He said, man, I don't know, man. I don't see how you seem so calm and just relaxed around. Like you ain't intimidated. You just go up to her and talk. He said, man, I don't know, man. I've been rejected. He told me. That's how he said it. I said, well, you know, bro, at the end of the day, man, you gotta get over that fear. You know, I said, I tell you what, man, we get back from lunch. I want you to walk with me. This is how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make an easy handoff. You just crack a couple of jokes. When I say some stuff, you say, now, I ain't gonna tell you what I'm gonna say because it's gonna look forced. But just flow with me. All right. So he walked in there with me, man. We walking. I said, man, what's up? He's standing there. So we talking or whatever. He had nothing to say. And so the girl looked at him and she rolled eyes. Oh my God, he looks strange. Because he just stared at the damn girl. Then he didn't say nothing, man. I would say stuff, he wouldn't say that. I went back. I said, man, you need work. I ain't tell him like that, but I'm thinking this brother needs work. This brother making about 2 something, but he needed work because he wasn't confident. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't. So I don't know. I think a woman with 3 kids is a bad example, but a child, that brother, I think that girl, in fact, she did have a little boy. You think he gave a damn? He knew she had a little boy. He didn't care. Now, if she'd had 3 kids, that might have been a deal breaker. But what I'm saying is, she had a child. He was willing to talk to the girl. It wasn't because she had a child. It wasn't that. He was scared. You know what I'm saying? So, scarcity mindset, his scarcity mindset overpowered him and shaped his worldview. Now, if I get on a panel discussion with that brother, he's going to always, but I'm going to be devil's advocate. I got to say now, if you sit him down and talk at lunch or something, he'll be talking like you would never think that he was like that around women. It wasn't until he got around the girl and I saw him in action that I saw that this brother was afraid. And I'm not disrespecting him or dragging him. He just was scared, man. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Because guess what? Just because you got a lot of money in your bank account don't mean I'd had plenty of money in my bank account. You think women just beat my door down because I got money in my bank account? What I would have had to have done to even let her know I had the money was to pull out my damn bank statement and say, look, now I look lame. I look lame as hell, right? So, is it probably struggling? Exactly. Reasonably fit guy, 5'10" with a middle class income is likely okay with it. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. We getting there. That's what I'm talking about. But in this space, what I'm saying is that's not the norm. Usually, that brother that's 5'10" is fit, he's probably not in this space, is he? Let's just be honest. Most of the brothers that are fit, in shape, doing well with women, they probably not on a panel discussion for 4 hours on Friday, every Friday. They're not. They're not on an 8-hour panel discussion every Saturday night. And they got a woman laying in the bed. No way. Maybe once in a while, but not all the time. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to be a different. You know what I'm saying? You can go a long way. It will. It ain't even the money piece, man. Don't be broke. Just get a job making $45,000. Trust me, that's all. You ain't even got to be making a lot of money, bro. You don't. This shit is like, man, this shit like fishing in a barrel. That's how I look at women. It's like fishing in a barrel. That shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, why do I think that? And yet there are people in this space that think that there are no women that they can date. Well, you can get them, but well, yeah, can you? Can you get them? Because I'm like, I've met a lot of cool ass women, cool as hell. Like you telling me you ain't met one? Like what? You know what I'm saying? You know how hard that is to do for me. Somebody from my same culture that understands, that has the same common ancestry, somebody that has the same heritage as I do. And I can't find one woman that's on my vibe, that we got the same vibe and energy. No. You know what I'm saying? She would say, man, with some women, you can just drop your company name and you have an end. Yeah, you could. Some of you just tell them what you do. If you got a prestige, yeah, I'm a BI developer. I'm a business intelligence developer for so on. Oh, okay. But that ain't shit in Atlanta because there's so many black folks doing big shit. It ain't even a big deal. But it means you just ain't broke. That's all it means. It don't mean like it doesn't mean you a killer. Like you just, he's exceptional. Like if you go to Montgomery, Alabama, telling somebody you a BI developer, you're going to stand out like a motherfucker. Oh, really? That's different. See how the shit works? Right? Like in Atlanta, it's okay. In Alabama, in Montgomery, well, you had 20,000 people applying for a job that only paid $20 an hour, okay? At Hyundai, right? So in that place in Montgomery, you get up and tell somebody your ass making $95,000 or $100,000. Good Lord, like you are like a super saiyan. Like, really? Oh man, them girls gonna treat you way different. It could be a thug city. Make $100,000 in Montgomery. I'm telling you right now, you a whale. You are a whale. Right? In a place where you can get a house for like $95,000 in a good neighborhood. Like I'm talking about the mortgage is $600, $500 a month. And your ass making 110, 120. You out of control in Montgomery. You know what I'm saying? You go get you a big ass whatever car, which I know dudes that do this. No dudes in IT. And this is what they did. And they eat. Trust me, they eat hard. They eat. They was on them. Because I do IT. I worked in Montgomery. I knew black dudes that worked in IT that's doing very well. Should have saw what they was driving. Saw the type of cars they had, the clothes, and it was time to go out. How they can go and spend, a man can go spend $800 on a suit or something and go out in Montgomery. You know, you coming in too hard for them. Them dudes ain't ready for that. So you gonna stand out. See how that is. But in Montgomery, I mean in Atlanta, that's a regular dude. that ain't no big deal. It ain't.
And you got some competition. Now you got to get into genetics and what you really look like. Man, that might be a separator. But for you just all things being equal, it's a lot of people in Atlanta making 100 and some 150 up to 2. That's normal. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, Georgia boy. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not, I don't think that the average black man is stressing about a woman. I don't. I think in this space, and that's what I'm saying. Like, in this space, I had to come to the realization that some people have a different mindset. Some people have a scarcity mindset. Some people have, I'm watching this shit burn and I'm laughing. I'm rooting for it to be destroyed. There are literally people in this space that are rooting for the destruction of the black community. Black men. I believe that. I believe there are certain YouTubers who are rooting for the destruction of the black. They want to see this shit destroyed because they are at the bottom of this bitch. That's why. Now, I care, but I'm not finna deter my whole life for it. But I do care. And if I can make a change, I will. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of brothers that's like, man, fuck this shit, man. I ain't get the women I wanted. I got rejected. I was a social misfit. Now they don't ever say that. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Hoop Jargon? They'll never just say it straight out. Y'all go check out Hoop Jargon, man. This brother makes some hella fire content. Shout out to the brother. Professional ball player, like myself. He probably played a little bit higher level than I did. He probably played a little bit higher than I did. You know, I was just a little boy, you know. But at the end of the day, y'all go check him out. But, yeah, I think a lot of brothers in this space are very disgruntled. They don't want to see the community destroyed. Just listening to the content. It's almost like they're orgasmic and happy that there's so many children born out of wedlock. Happy that the crime rates are high. Happy that black kids are this and that. They happy about that shit. They root against it. And then when you talk about solution, man, I ain't got to do shit. I ain't got to do shit. I don't owe you shit. I don't. You know, we got that energy, right? Do you owe anybody? No, I don't think the wealthy, like, I don't think Michael Jordan or LeBron James needs to save the black community. I don't. But I do think the black community being saved starts with each and every one of us as far as us doing what we need to do to save ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, reparations, if we took all the dollars of the rich and wealthy black people and put it in a pot, that shit wouldn't be a drop in the bucket for black folks. But if we were to take the smart, best and brightest, or even the people that have the will to do something, and we all just do a little. I'm not saying sacrifice and go marry the baby mama, okay? That's that scarcity mindset shit, because that's really what that is, right? I didn't say that, but usually with the scarcity mindset, you'll look for the negative. That's key. That's key right there, right? When you got that scarcity mindset, if somebody make a point, you look at why some shit can't work. Scarcity, right? So if I say, yeah, man, we need to do this and invest, that shit ain't gonna work. She's gonna deprogram everything you put in that young black boy. So there's no need. You can't save him. It's over. And why should you help her? The daddy isn't there, and she made a mistake. She should have chose better, right? That's scarcity to me. I think black women should choose better. I do, but I can't. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know why I never make a lot of videos on that subject, like a lot of people do, about how women need to choose better. You know why I don't make videos on that subject? Because let me go back. There was this girl I had a big ass crush on. What was her name? Chiquita. I know. Ghetto as hell. Chiquita had a curl, okay? We talking about like 1989, all right? Chiquita was beautiful, man. Dog, like what she was light skinned. She was brown, really. Brown skin. And that, in like the 7th, 8th grade, body was perfect, okay? Like perfection, right? Big, huge ass, pretty face, breast, everything sitting right. Chiquita was advanced, okay? I was scared to talk to Chiquita. I thought Chiquita was the baddest thing on the planet. If you ask me what was the baddest woman, I thought Chiquita could have been in En Vogue, okay? Y'all remember how bad En Vogue was back then. I was like, you could put her right in En Vogue, she'll fit right in. All right, that's how I looked at her. She used to, and this when the body dresses came out, she would wear these body dresses to school and shit. I was crazy about it. Let me tell you something. By the time Chiquita by the time she got to like the 12th grade, Chiquita was big as a house. 2 kids out of wedlock. And the last time I saw her ass, she was working at a gas station. She was so big. And she knew me. I didn't know her. That's what made me feel bad. She was about 27, 28. Hey! I said, hey, I didn't know who the hell she was. And by then I had been to Tuskegee. I'd seen some real women. I'd seen some bad ones, right? I went to Tuskegee. And so I'm like, oh, hey, because I'm thinking, I know what real beauty is. I've been all over the world, but I'm starting to travel at the time. I seen real beauty. So she said, oh, I said, it's Jaquita. Jaquita from Carver. I said, oh, hey. I hugged her. We talked a minute, but no, no, never. Right? And I never thought back in 1989 that I would feel that way just that quick, but I felt that way by the time I was in the 12th grade. Now, why am I saying this? At 16, 17 years old, or 18 years old, or even 19 or 20 or 21, is a young girl mind developed. They think, we always telling these young girls, well, y'all advance faster than men. No, they don't. Let me tell you something, women. Let me tell y'all a dirty little secret. Y'all easy to control a lot of times. It's easy. Not in the sense of like control with you are. It's your emotions. You just wired that way. So a dude, you can have a daughter, you can teach her right. Every woman is eventually gonna get emotional for some man. It happens, right? And that's why I don't make videos on that subject, because if I have to make those videos, then I have to say, well, if I'm gonna hold somebody to a standard that I myself didn't live to, then I feel like a hypocrite. I feel like it's hypocritical for me to say, yeah, man, you should choose right. When I know damn well if I'd have chose in 1989 or 1990, I would have chose Jaquita ass. And I would have been miserable. I would have been miserable. Right? This other girl, Keontae, what was her name? Keontae, her name was. Bad. 9th grade, bad. Perfect. I'm talking about perfect body. Like, perfect. Develop, the girls that develop young. 9th grade, perfect body, stacked in every dimension. Right? That was my first, that's how I lost my virginity to her, right? By the time she was in the 11th grade, she was big. Hey, some women like that. And I saw her mom. Her mom was big. So I knew she had the genetics to get there. You know what I'm saying? And she did. You know what I'm saying? She got there. And so the point I'm trying to make is we cannot hold somebody to a standard. I know I ain't living that life like that. I wasn't living that life. I was out here taking risks with my dick. I was. Like, guys, y'all don't admit to this. All men do. All men have those stories of women that we thought we would have chose when we was young, right? There was a time, y'all, I told y'all about the girl that was the Frida girl, right? That I was all crazy about, and she liked me, and we was getting around to that point where we thought we was gonna be in a relationship, right? And I was like, man, we talk on the phone. This is my girl. We was starting to stay on the phone all late and shit. So I knew usually the way you junior high work, once you get to that point, y'all gonna be in a relationship in probably about a good week, right? We was getting to that point. I'm at the gym playing basketball. I always tell this story. I'm at the gym, I'm playing basketball, and I see the local drug dealers. They over in the corner, they laughing and shit, right? They done ran a train on some girl. Y'all know where this story is going, right? So I'm running down the corner. I ain't studying that shit because they do that all the time. I didn't care, I go sit on the side and them niggas drop her name. They said, yeah, man, Frida, man, she would cry, man, in the boat. We were killing her. I'm like, I say, who they talking about? I asked one of my homeboys, who they talking? Man, they talking about Frida, man. Frida who? Frida from, oh, man, look here. That shit broke my heart. That shit broke my heart. I was like, oh, they got him. They got him. In the way they was describing it, I was like, this nigga killed her ass. I'm like, damn, man. We've all been there. That's a rite of passage. If you're a man, if you're a young man, if you're a man and growing up in America, you done had it happen, right? I'm not the only one, right? Where you had this girl and you see her and 97, shit. Wait a minute, you probably was, if you was in 97 and 95, I was in a running shoot. I used to be up there. In fact, Hot Sauce, I think Hot Sauce was up that end. Did he go to Clark? I can't remember. Exactly. And guys, I didn't know the girl was a freak. I just thought, I didn't know. Right? She checked out of school that day. I didn't know. I called her that night. We talked on the phone. It was cool. Then them niggas that just dripped her damn back out. I didn't know. I'm talking to her. And one of them niggas, I was like, that nigga got a hold to her. She ain't no good. Like, I'm just, from what I heard, you know, so like, man, that nigga Bo Peep got her. Damn, she ain't no good. You know what I'm saying? But what bothered me about the whole situation is that before that, I would have chose her to be my girl. She would have been my girl. She would have ran a train on my girl, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would have been my woman. She would have treated her like she wasn't no good. You see what I'm saying? We've all had women like that, but they just wasn't no good, right? You choose at a young age, you don't know. You have to learn trial and error. You don't know the signs. Like now, there's a lot of shit just protecting my heart that I would have blocked, right? Chiquita, just on the way she dressed and I would have up ratchet, stay away from her. Off the top, I would have judged her ass as ratchet. Both of them was ratchet. But when you're a kid, you don't know no better. And so we expect young girls at 18, 19 to make these decisions. Then we come in these spaces and we debate and tell women, you should know better. The fuck is a damn 17, 18-year-old girl gonna be able to see that a nigga, by the time he's 27, is gonna be sitting on the damn couch playing Madden and don't want to work? How she gonna know that shit? You feel me? That's what we talking about. That's what you're saying, that a girl's supposed to know that this man is gonna be a good provider and this one isn't. I couldn't look back at them girls and tell you which girl by the time she's 35 is still gonna have a figure and look like something. Now, knowing what I know now, it would have been the skinny girls. That's the truth. They're the ones that filled out, right? Well, like the one girl I used to talk to named Tenny, right? I used to talk to her, beautiful, dark skin, looked just like Terrell Hicks from the movie A Bronx Tale, the dark skinned girl, that looked just like her. That's what I was talking to. Man, filled out, gained weight, looked good. But for the most part, when you're a kid, you want the woman that then filled out and stacked. At 14 years old, she got the damn substance. I remember Keontae walked out in the class, the damn teacher was like, God damn. Everybody was like, damn. You know, stacked. I'm talking about flat. She would wear her stomach out. Think about that. Girl wear her stomach out, and in 3 years, she big as a damn house. How you go that? You know how fast your ass got to be gaining weight? Don't you know? Anyway, what's up, Wacky? You know what I'm saying? Been there first month in college until I heard a conversation from fraternity brothers were having. I was like, no, yeah, let me tell you something, man. Them Kappas at Tuskegee, boy. Good Lord. Good Lord. There was this girl like me, man. I ain't gonna say her name. Anyway, man, I'm over there around my homeboy house, man, and they showed her ass. Now, this was her freshman year, they said. She was a senior by the end, but still. When I saw this shit, I was like, damn. I had to get over that shit and learn how to protect myself. You gotta learn, like, not to be so enamored with a woman. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I was crazy about it. I was like, oh my God, Stephanie's so bad, boy. God dang, boy. She was. I think she was a Delta. Did she? Yeah, I think she is a Delta. Man, that joke. Well, I was like, man, she had them hazel eyes, brown skin. Anyway. That joke like she moved in slow motion. Every day I saw her, I used to be like, God, here she comes. Here she come. Every day I would get in class and be sitting in the corner watching, waiting for her to bring her ass in. Right? And the point I'm trying to make is when you sit and you look at all this shit, you start saying to yourself, man, it's trial and error, man. Life is about trial and error, figuring this shit out. Some brothers have done the work, some hadn't. That's just the bottom line. I don't think no man is just had it 100%, like he ain't got to do shit, he ain't got to do. No, man, every man's going to face rejection. Every man. That's what I'm saying. So in this space, if you're not willing to come to this space and admit that and just be naked and just tell the truth, like I just told you, I bare naked and tell you guys, hey, man, I had a girl I was crazy about, man, and them niggas ran a train on me. You know what I'm saying? Most niggas can't admit that. Most niggas, oh, shit, cut my damn hand. Did I? But most niggas, you know, they don't admit that shit. That's never happened to me. I've always chose right. Like, oh, okay. But it happened to me. You know what I'm saying? And I just, you know what I'm saying? How about on Backpage? Nah, I ain't fuck with Backpage. That shit scared the shit out of me. I never would have did that shit. That shit scared me. I don't see how people fuck with Backpage. That's just me. But in that damn Craigslist shit, man, that shit dangerous. I don't see how people do that. The sad thing in this space wasn't originally about so-called black males complaining about females who didn't choose them. Yeah, that is it. But and the point I'm trying to make is, bro, earlier in the video, I want to go back to the original premise. Let me say this. Two men from different walks of life are not going to agree. A man that has a mortgage and it has his wife at home and has he's paying for his son's or daughter's tuition at a private school, and he has all these different things. He ain't never gonna be able to line up with a man that ain't got no damn kids living with his mama. Or even if you don't live with your mama, but you ain't got no kids, you see shit way different. And I'm sorry, people are going to disagree with this because not all believe in a creator. But if you don't even believe in a creator, we going to look at shit different. Sometimes we won't. I think the police took that shit down. The feds took that shit. Backpage was old nasty website, women selling sex and stuff. Anyway, but the Fed, I think, like I said, I mean, those people are going to look at things different. We're not going to look at shit the same. We're not going to see life the same. We're not. And sometimes we will. So I've met some people that are in lockstep and understanding why and what is the importance of a nuclear family. And they may be atheists, but they understand the importance of that. They understand, and I ain't got nothing, hey, we disagree, but I ain't trying to drag those brothers. But a lot of times you're listening to people that think a certain way. Like I told you, like I looked at Glenn Cameron. I know people like the brother, but the whole situation that happened a while ago with him and the other, with the underage girls and shit, and everybody was looking all crazy and shit like that. I wasn't trying to say, oh, I told you. No, what I'm saying is we just had different worldviews. And I saw other things that made me say, I don't know. I think that's immoral. And I felt a certain way. And me, certain things I know what I'm listening to. Certain things I'm like, well, I can listen to the brother, even though I think, but after a while I was like, I ain't like it. Because was another channel that was just about being a man. I didn't want to watch that shit. Now I watch the business shit from time to time. I would watch that. But as far as how to, I didn't want to hit it in front of the brother because I knew me and him had different worldviews. And you got to be careful who you're getting your advice from. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful. And like I said, the Bible says, blessed is the man who walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. It says, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and his law doth he meditate day and night. And listen to this, he says, and he shall be planted like a tree by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. Now, that's a beautiful part in verse 3, because what it's saying is, look, you'll be successful if you're not listening to the wrong person. If somebody, so it is what it is, man. And I can't make that judgment call. I can. I mean, I can do it. I mean, I can easily do it with my eyes closed, but in certain situations. But if somebody's telling you, hey, get out of child support. This is how you get out of child support. This is how you don't take care. Most of these dudes ain't finna take care of their kids and do what they're supposed to do. So a lot of them aren't. I wouldn't put out a video. I just wouldn't put out a video about how to get out of child support. Because a lot of dudes will be like, man, this shit, I'm gonna give her $100 a month. A lot of dudes won't send shit. Let's keep it a buck. Let's really be honest as brothers. Now, does anybody think that if you got rid of this, that most dudes will just send money for their kids? Like, really, somebody really tell me that they believe that. Because if you do, I got some real estate to sell you. Right? Some men, if you own child support, it's two reasons. She bitter and she trying to burn you, which is fucked up, right? Because I'm not stupid. Or you ain't shit, you ain't gonna pay for your kids, and this is the only way she got to go to the white man to get him to make your ass pay at least $350 a month, because that's all the average payment is anyway. $350. That ain't shit. That won't even make it a week with a child, man. $350 will not make it a week if you're raising a child the right way. Even in public school, it's not. Even if they're in a public school, you're not gonna make it $350. Just food, and if you average out the clothes, are they playing any sports? There you go. Oh, and don't have a girl up. What about hair? There you go. Hair ain't cheap, right? You gonna want her to get her hairstyle like she wanted? Well, shit. Now you're talking about some real money. So $300 a month ain't shit. And so I think it's immoral to tell men not to pay child support. I think it's immoral to tell men, you know, to not be in their kids' lives in a sense. And they won't say it like that, but that's what you're telling them when you tell them that you'll pay child support, that not to pay child support. I think, first of all, this the truth. Like I said, a woman can be bitter and try to fuck you, and they'll use the child support system. And there needs to be protections for men like that. Like, you shouldn't be able to have a man's child and fuck him because you got his baby. He should, number one, a man should always, if he is willing to, be able to have access to that child. Right? Always. That shit shouldn't have nothing to do with money, to be truthful about it, right? But on the other side of the coin, that man should always take care of his responsibility, and his child is his responsibility. My son is my responsibility. I believe I can proudly say we've never had an argument about her asking me for anything for my son. Ever. I always tell her that shit. Say, it ain't name a time when you didn't ask me for something and I told you no when it came. Not like I ain't gonna lie, I probably will say no if it's some unnecessary shit. But if it's a necessity, like, okay, light, gas, water, obviously that's gonna be paid. But other stuff like school tuition, we don't even talk about that. That's just coming out my account. What else? I'm not bragging. I'm just saying in the general that we need to, put that as a priority, man. You know what I'm saying? If you get primary custody, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I would say we've all been there, and she tries to put you on child support, and the baby isn't even yours. Well, in that regard, when that happens, that's some immoral shit too. And we don't have women calling that shit out. I call out brothers that don't want to take care of their kids. But the women, y'all need to get on y'all shit and tell these sisters that's out here trying to put niggas on child support, and you know damn well it ain't your child, and you get a damn line about the DNA test and shit like that, just so you can get some money from a dude because he made good money, and you want to have him raise the child. And see, my problem is, and I've seen this happen where a dude really loved that damn child, and that child called him daddy, and he loved that child. Then he found out it wasn't his. He cried like a baby because it wasn't his child. And it killed him because it was his son. He loved him. He had that boy all over his social media. Every day he taking him, he doing stuff. Dude making $90,000 living in Montgomery, making real good money. Christmas, he had a damn mutual fund. I mean, this dude did all the right shit that a dad's supposed to do. And this scandalous ass broad knew that wasn't his kid. And then he found out because his mama did it. His mama said, I'm gonna test it. Because the boy started aging. He was 5. He didn't seem like he was the same. Come to find out he wasn't. And the dude cried like a baby. He said that shit broke his heart. He said, man, that broke my damn heart. I love that little boy, man. You should not be able to do that. Like, if a woman does that, you should go to jail. Right? You should go to jail if you do that. It shouldn't even have to go to jail. You know what they should do? You shouldn't get on child support if you can't get DNA. And if you sign a birth certificate, it needs to be a notarized letter between you and her acknowledging that you are not the biological father. Because I hate to see a dude sign a birth certificate and it's not, and he don't know. He thinking it's his. And dudes do that. A lot of dudes want to be dads. I was one of them. Man, I'll never forget, right here in God, I sat in my living room. We was living over there in Atlanta, Sandy Springs, and I sat in my living room and I was praying to God to give me a child. I wanted a son. I said it just like that. And I promise you, about 8 months later, here we come. You know what I'm saying? He was on the way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I have no problem with, man, look, I'm all for brothers being protected out here, man. I'm as much as I'm for men being held accountable, I'm also for brothers being protected. I want you to be held accountable, but I also don't want no fuck shit coming your way. Like, because I got a son too, right? Like, I'm for men, but I'm also for women being held responsible if they put you through some bullshit, right? Like, if you lie and say a man raped you and he didn't rape you, and they come to find out you was lying, your ass need to go to jail for the same amount of time for accusing a man of rape. Like that brother Brian Banks, that you messed up that brother NFL career. That brother was on the arc to be a damn NFL. He actually made a team, and then he played for the Falcons. But what if he had went and played 4 years at USC 3 years, he would have been a damn first, like, you know, probably been a first round, second round pick, man. But you messed him up. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of states, fathers can demand a paternity test before you pay it. And it's cool. It's cool. You know what, man? Let me explain something, man. If I'm a judge, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, look, before I put you on child support, I want you guys to go and get an arbitrator, and I want you guys to figure out a in writing, notarized statement with a lawyer of how much money you're gonna give him. What, and it doesn't even need to be how much money. What responsibilities are you gonna take? I'm gonna pay for the insurance. I'm gonna pay for daycare. I'm gonna pay for milk. That's what I'm gonna do. Right? You're gonna pay for whatever. He gonna stay with you. You gonna whatever. Right? However that's gonna work, or she or whatever. That's how it works, man. It's all about the responsibilities, man. But I see a lot of us as men in our efforts to protect ourselves in this space. You're listening to men that don't even got no damn kids telling you that you shouldn't pay for. Or you listen to men that ain't seen their kids in years telling you what to do. And that's what I mean by in this space, men won't get along because we'll never really see eye to eye. I'm not going to see eye to eye with a man that hasn't seen his children in 5 years. And he trying to tell me what the hell I'm doing, why I need to understand. Like, think about it. Getting in a panel discussion with a man that don't want to see ain't seen his daughter or son in 4 years. And then you listen to him talk and you see why he hasn't. He's not even making that effort. You know what he's saying? She'll come to me when she's 18. That's just literally what the dude said. I'm not going to say who, but I've seen that. I've seen people say, man, you know, when she turns 18, she'll come to me and then she'll know her mom was on some bullshit. Like, that's really? No, what she'll know at 18 is her mom fed, clothed her, put her damn diapers on, paid for her school, her cheerleader, her hair, and then you ain't sent a dime. All she knows is you was out here chasing pussy. That's all she knows. Right? And I've seen kids come around. Let me tell you what you don't want to see. 18, 20-year-old kid come around and your ass old and gray. And they looking at you like, where the fuck were you? I've seen it. Where the fuck were you? When I was struggling with food stamps, we were struggling trying to keep the heat on and shit like that. Where were you? You worried about some pussy, right? Let me tell you something, man. We got to take into account that in the American society, sex and the obsession over sex has become a big deal. And it has dominated our society. And it has crippled our men. I think a big piece of the men in our society being crippled comes from and stems from the over infatuation with sex, with busting a nut. Getting as many women as you can and having sex with them. Because what do you see? You see Cardi B talking about the wet ass pussy, right? Just saying that make a nigga want to get up in song. Just saying the words wet ass pussy. Damn. It do something to you just to say it, right? If you a heterosexual man, just hearing those words, let's keep it a buck. Just hearing those words brings back great memories. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Oh, good Lord. You know what I'm saying? So you putting that in a song? You know what I'm saying? You putting that in a song, you're telling men that you want them to be obsessed with having sex. You want them to be obsessed with, right? Like we up here in this damn video, and I swear in probably about 3 minutes, somebody gonna put a porn link in the damn chat. Right? Somebody's gonna do it. Why are they doing it? Right? And why is that being targeted? Black man, you are being targeted for sex. You are the number one target for porn. You're the number one target for the obsession. Why? Right? I'm gonna play a song for y'all. I bet y'all like, what is he doing? This song is a hip hop song, but I want y'all to listen to what this guy says in this song because it's so true, right? And you're gonna be like, man, what this dude talking about?
Channel Zero with that bitch mama open. She have you believe black invented crack when President Lincoln had the formula way back in 63 with Kennedy. Yes, the number one. Remember that's when they blow his fucking head off. Vietnam vets come back looking like one-off pets. Nixon bounce, here it text. No ticket rents, no job, no angel in the car. Blue-collar turns to bourgeois. Depressed in your chest. Them are all for sex, no dough. Crack and bells, much rats.
Watch what he say. Watch what he say right here.
sell on the corners of Bushwick. White teeth can sell on the corners of Flatbush. White teeth can sell on the corners of Bed-Stuy. Pass the torch to that nigga guy. So just die, nigga. Die, nigga. You're too black. You can't handle. You're too strong. Get high. 5 o'clock flicks boost your feel. In 95 we take back Edmondsfield.
Now, what was he saying? He was saying, you're too black. You can't handle too strong. Get high, right? There's a mentality of where black people, black men especially, have been targeted by progenitors of people that are outside from without, instead of within, from without our community, that are really focused on you being funny. You being funny, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that for a little 17, 18-year-old, but when your ass is 50 years old and you obsessed with sex and you willing to leave America and go stay in the country and make $4 an hour because all you care about is some pussy, or you got children who you have responsibilities for, but you want to go do, all you want to do is move over here, live here, do this because you worry about some pussy. Or if you have children that you're responsible for and you refuse to send any money or you refuse to do anything, and as long as you don't want to be bothered because all you care about is having sex, there is a balance. There is a balance, right? I think it's like being dominated by sex and character. Sex should not characterize your mind. It shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. That's it. That's it right there. Escapism. That's it. Escapism, bro. Real talk. Well, I mean, I ain't going there. I like Rome. Rome a cool dude, but like I said, I mean, that's what these brothers want to hear too. Those are his most, like, if Rome started a video about how to do other things, he probably won't get that many views. To be honest with you, when you talk about being as a content creator, I kind of understand that. So I make a conscious decision not to make content about dating that much. I do. If I talk about black women, I probably have 140. If I talk about it every day, black women, all I gotta do is go live every day at like a set time. And I know how to grow my channel. I've done it. Like if I go live and I talk about women, my most viewed videos that get 12, 1,400, 1,500 views are the videos where I'm doing something, you know what I'm saying, about women. You know, and so the thing is, I hear you, Prince Smith. Explain yourself, brother. You ain't got to type in all caps. You screaming at me. But the point I'm trying to make is, at the end of the day, we have to not let sex and allow sex to dominate and characterize our minds and our lives. You should have control over sex, because the possibility of sex is how you are controlled by women and how they make an ass out of you. Right? Shout out to your boy Alan Roger Curry, ARC. What does he talk about? The possibility of getting some pussy. Women know how to dangle that ass in front of you enough to get you to come up off some shit. My brakes going on my car. I got you, baby. I got you. Because you want to fuck. Right? I got you. I don't know how I'm going to get over here. I'll take you, baby. No problem. Possibility of sex. Right? But when you got control of that shit, you know what I'm saying? Then if you offer something, it's from the heart. It's not from a place of sex. And women love that shit. And guess what happens? You get what you want, right? You still get it, right? But you coming from a place of just, I'm just helping you. I don't give a damn if you give me no ass or not. Shit, I'm just doing. You ain't got to do nothing. Shit, I'm just doing it just to. Oh damn, he ain't trying to get between my legs. Damn, I want to fuck it. That's how women think. I'm gonna get him some. He don't want it. What's so special about him that he doesn't value me? He ain't staring at my ass. He ain't, man. He looking me in my face and talking to me like a grown ass man. He just captivated by sex. I can't control him with the coochie. That's the one she want. They want to look her ass in the face and tell her the truth. No, baby, this is what it is. I feel this way. Da 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 da. You ain't never got to give me none. I'm just being straight up. That's usually how it works, man. You know what I'm saying? You never did a man obsessed with sex. It's important to me that men think about being industrious and keep busy doing some type of work throughout the day, even when he's done working. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think that our society has been bombarded with sex. I don't think this is. I think this is by design. Like Sigmund Freud's nephew worked with the CIA and the FBI to talk about the way the lights flash. We've all heard and seen the videos about how the way the lights flash on the television and how subliminal messages can be put in certain things. Guys, you've seen the cartoons. We all watched the Professor Griff videos, right? With the coochie being put into the ice. And then they got penises on the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. They walk around with penises and stuff. They drew them in there. This was the 1950s by a bunch of small hat designers that drew these cartoons, right? These people have basically put, and you wonder why subconsciously. I don't believe in chakras and all that. I do think that there are power centers in the body and stuff going up and down, but I do believe that. But when you start talking about the chakras and how it works, I don't know about all that. But what I'm saying is they put that stuff in your subconscious mind. And you wonder why every 5 seconds they say throughout the day, the average man thinks of sex five times a day. Now I don't believe that every 5 seconds. I don't think, like I ain't ever had a time where I thought about sex every 5 seconds. Damn, I couldn't even, like, you get what I'm saying? I couldn't even, Edward Bernays. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You could not, I couldn't function if I thought about sex that much. Let me tell you something. You want to be successful? One of the biggest things in Think and Grow Rich, transmutation, taking that desire for sex and funneling that desire into your goals. Because one of the strongest urges you have is your sexual desire to get some, right? Look at how much content gets viewed. That just goes to show you one of the most powerful desires there are about getting laid. Look at the videos about women in this space. Look at the ones that get the most views. So what does that tell you about the interest of black men? It tells you where their mind is, right? About women all day, every day. Now, I don't, not talking like I'm Mr. Got It All Together. I don't give a damn. That's why I don't even want to watch. That shit doesn't interest me like that. Doesn't interest me because I don't, I'm good with that. I ain't worried about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay. I done did my due. So for me, it's like I'm chilling. You go have fun, man. I'm all right. You know what I'm saying? I've been around homeboys, they about to run a train. I'm like, hey, man, y'all, I don't believe in that shit. I thought that was gay. But I know forget some years ago, we was outside, me and my homeboy was outside this club. This chick came up all drunk. She was fine as hell, but she was drunk and she was trying to talk to me and my boy. And my other homeboy came up there and they talking and they got the girl in the car. Me, I'm thinking, man, this chick setting our ass up. So I'm looking behind me and looking and seeing if we being followed. She trying to get us to go to some little neighborhood. And then I'm the one driving. I said, bro, look, I ain't going to some house I don't know. I don't know her. We can get robbed. I'm not doing it. Oh, you a lame. And I ain't nothing. Like, I ain't thinking with my dick. Them niggas was all in the back, fingering the girl and trying to get feeling on her breasts. I'm like, man, I don't want it that bad. I don't want it that bad. I don't. Like, that shit ain't excite me. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like a setup. So I'm like, she trying to get us to go to some house. She told me, I'm gonna fuck all three of y'all. I'm just like, oh, no. That shit, I'm sorry, I'm a hunter. I'm not, like, when you come just give me, I don't want it. What did Park say? I don't want it if it's that easy. She was just, yeah, I like, oh, y'all some, oh, look at you. Yeah, I bet y'all, let's see what's up. What's up? She all rubbing on my boy in the back seat. Yeah, I want some head. I'm like, man, y'all niggas thirsty. That's just how I felt. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about, I ain't say that, but that's what I felt like, man, y'all some thirsty niggas, man. Y'all just go, you want to taxi back, I can help you get home. Them niggas, I dropped her ass off at the edge of the street, took off. I said, all right, man, we dropped you off home. All right, I'm out. Man, you ain't gonna go. I said, no, I ain't going up there, bro. Damn, man, you finna, man, I'm like, them niggas was really mad because I ain't go up there. Like I was finna fuck some damn random. First of all, she got AIDS or some shit. What the fuck? Beautiful woman walks up to me. She finna fuck 3 niggas off the street just because she like the way we look. Now I think I'm attractive, but I ain't that damn attractive. You know, that had to happen a couple of times, but you know what I'm saying? Like that ain't just some shit I just want to happen. Like I don't know. No, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Like I got other shit I can do. I'm not finna go out here and try to have sex with some random woman off the street. You know what I'm saying? But that's what happens when sex characterizes what we think about all day and every day. But this whole ideology or this whole the whole way we are in this culture, we really need to be unplugged. Like, you know what probably be good, man? And this is how I know we telling the truth. Unplug your phone, park your car somewhere, walk up in a wooded area, find you a creek somewhere, and just lay out in the sun right adjacent to that creek and listen to the water running and just look at the trees and lay on your back and look at the sky. I did this one time just to see. It was so serene. And I started feeling this tingling in my legs and shit. I don't know. They call it grounding. But I did that shit one time, man. And I just felt so serene and relaxed because I unplugged. You know what I'm saying? You unplug from the system. You unplug from being in all this social media and all that shit. Just go unplug, especially as a black man. We got a lot of shit on this. You wonder why all us drop dead so young. You know what I'm saying? Stress. Unplug. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of times what happens is when you do that, when you come back into this space, you'll see you'll be able to really hear that other brother man, the other black man talking. If I say some shit like, hey man, women don't respond to me like that. I ain't never had no problem with women like that. You're a simp. You're lying. Like, no, I'm not. I'm telling you the truth. I'm lying about my own shit, about my own life experience. Well, it's because you're tall and they ain't got shit to do with it. I know niggas ugly as hell. Max got it in. They got nothing to do with that. Did you know that the grocery store warehouse in my town is always looking for employees, but they have a problem with keeping young men because it seems the work is too hard for them? Yeah, it is. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's very hard because we saw, I had a pretty friend that had sex with either 6 or 7 men in the same day, but I never asked if it was a group thing. That's risky because she was white and the guys were all black men. I mean, when I south, the first thing I do is ground myself. That's what I'm saying. Look, man, you don't have to agree with every brother in this space. We're never going to agree on everything. But I don't think that I don't think a lot of us are really able to unplug and do self-actualization and really be centered in this space when it comes to interacting with one another, right? I have to take your life. I have to listen to you because you are an authority on your experience and in your life. And if I talk to you and you tell me that you don't hate black women because you have not had the experiences that I've had, and then you think you could just go find some statistics and just tell me that means that 99% of black women ain't shit. Like, what statistics that? They got a survey was check if you ain't shit right here. Like, I mean, show me. Like, how do you ascertain that? Well, 99% of them on psychotropic drugs. What survey did you get that from? Where did you get that information? What about divorce rates? Well, what that mean? That mean the men cheated. Was she whooping her ass? Was he shit? Did he have them getting thrown out on the street because he was out here having babies by different women? I mean, what? You get what I'm saying? There's no way to really extrapolate facts in that information. So now we're getting into opinions, which means I shouldn't be that upset. What's up, Ricky? I should never be that upset in this space or come at a brother or drag a brother or insult a brother just because he don't see my way of thinking. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I'm very passionate about what I believe in too. I am. But I made this video because I wanted to kind of unplug from this shit, man. It's a damn vicious cycle that we have as black men. We attack each other in this space. We drag each other. We insult each other. We tear each other down with a lot of shit. And when it's all said and done, we don't stop to realize that some of us are from different walks of life. Thereby, some of us will never see things the same way. You're never going to see the shit the way Sub sees it. And I'm never going to see the way you see it the way you see it, right? And if you don't have kids, and if you won't give a fuck about a community, you don't have kids. So why would I get in a discussion about the community with a person that doesn't have kids? Most people, they don't give a fuck. And you think, well, that's the way to be, right? No, that's not the way to be. I mean, what about your kids? You have to care, right? Well, I'm just going to push them to go marry a white woman. That's what you're going to do? You see what I'm saying? And not everybody has the same worldview. Not everybody has the same experiences. And we got to take that into account. We have to. Like, we got to stop looking at each other like through this vacuum of you have to think like I think. You have to, or you're somehow some sort of pariah to the black man because you want him to suffer. I don't want the black man to suffer. That's the last thing. If y'all hear me telling you to suffer, that's not what I'm doing. I don't think it's suffering though to take care of your kids. That's really like washing your own fucking body and brushing your teeth, right? If I tell a black man you need to take care, you be held accountable and take care of your children, that's like telling you to brush your teeth and wash your funky ass, right? Like some shit just goes without saying. You're supposed to do that, right? You know what I'm saying? Growing up, I used to get a thrill out of watching porn back when VHS was popping. But when they put porn on the internet, then it became available over the phone. I lost interest. Well, and that's what I'm saying. Pornography is a situation where I'm gonna be straight up. Like, have me and my lady watched it? Yeah, we have. Like, I got a little thing on my phone. I can throw it on the TV, and we did. And so I'm not a hypocrite. I tell the truth. But there is some shit I obsess about. Then there's some shit I watch all the time. I might go 6 months don't watch shit. We don't watch that shit like that. We don't. So it's not an addiction. There are some dudes that, and the reason I say it's dangerous because there's some dudes when it comes to that pornography that will take it and go to the nth degree. I mean, I know a dude had a badass girlfriend, and she was talking to my homeboy, and she told my homeboy that nigga does not want to touch me. All he want to do is sit around and whack off all day to pornography. He does not, like, he'll get in me and we'll have sex. His shit is just gonna limp. He just ain't. He done ruined himself. You can't just sit around all day and whack out. That's not good. It's not good. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't know that. He said he used to have scabs on his shit. He was rubbing this all day, every day. That's all he did. That's an obsession. That's okay. Now we need to go. You need counseling. You need help. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that are just struggling with that shit out here. And I know it. That's why I don't really, I think we need to stop. We need to quit. And that shit is on purpose. They did that shit to ruin families, ruin marriage, and it does. It ruins marriages, ruins a lot of shit. Addiction to porn, that shit is a big freaking deal. You got people watching that shit for free all day, every day now. That shit has ruined everything. And if that ain't enough, they come into the damn chat while I'm doing my videos, posting it. Now, if you go back and you look at the foundation of the porn industry, and you look at the small hats that started it, and you look at their reasoning, you listen to why they did it, then you will understand why I don't like it and why you shouldn't like it, and why you should understand to try to stay away from it, because you understand what it's about and what it was really meant for. It was meant to do what it's doing right now, to destroy the family, to get you obsessed with sex. You can't grow businesses. You can't grow economically and be sitting around whacking off all day until you got scabs on your dick. You can't. You can't do both. That shit take a lot out of you. It does. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm raised in the South, raised by a 2-parent household, I was raised by a good Christian family. I understand you. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. And the point, let me say this. I don't think that everybody needs to be a Christian, okay? Everybody's not going to be. But I do think that we need to have we need to establish certain parameters of these discussions. And it's stupid on my part to try to talk to a man that don't got no kids, that don't have no real responsibilities, that live with his mom, and try to have him understand why the community is important and why we need to care about our children in the future. Right? He's not going to understand that because all he's thinking about is him and himself right now because he doesn't have any kids. He's not going to say that. We all know to say that, hey, well, we understand if you got kids. He'll say that, but he's not living. That's not his paradigm of thinking. That's not where he is. That's not his paradigm, right? He's not thinking like that. He's thinking from a perspective of, man, damn that, man, get what you can out of this. Get what, do you ride it till the wheels fall off? Do this, and that's the mentality I had when I ain't had no kids. You know what I'm saying? That's the mentality I had when I had no kids. So, and then when I had a child, even beforehand, I cared about my community. But once I had a son, and he come up to me and he tell me, Dad, I want to be just like you. And I can't be like, well, fuck everybody. I'm just going to go off to an island. What about my son? And I can't be like, well, fuck it. He don't he need a wife? Shouldn't he have some kids? What if he wants some kids? I want him to have every freaking option. Every option he can have, I want him to have it. Right? That's why I say, hey, Christmas. I want him to have the same Christmas idea. I have Christmas trees and Easter egg hunts and Halloween. We do it all, right? Because that's the same childhood I had, right? And I want him to have that, you know. So I start caring. Your heart cracks. But if you have a child, and either you don't have the child, or if you do have a child and that child is 2-3 states away, you still a man I can't chop it up with. You don't see that child every day. You ain't raising that child. You don't really have a hand in the raising of that child on a day-to-day basis every day. I'm not talking about no damn Skype phone conversation. I'm talking about you really you see that child every day. As soon as I get off, I can go upstairs and play with him right now. Like that type of fatherhood, right? If you don't have that, then you're still not going to understand. You're still not going to understand. You're still not going to get what I'm talking about. I'm stupid if I come into a conversation with a person like that and expect them to see shit from my perspective. I'm not intelligent. That's stupid on my part, right? Now, me saying this, because you're like hit dogs holler, what they'll do is they'll come back and say, well, I mean, that has nothing to do with it. You just don't see the gynocracy. You just don't see the, like, bro, fuck the gynocracy. It ain't about no damn gynocracy bullshit. I told you that ain't it. I care because I have a child. I care because shit, I'm community minded. I'm community minded. Shit, I mean, I ain't trying to be funny. This is the difference between a patriarch and a hedonist. These are two different things. This is really the dichotomy that we have in this space. We have the patriarch mindset and the mindset of the hedonist, pleasure seeker, right? It's all, to me, the chief end of existence is orgasmic pleasure, right? A man that thinks like that versus a man that is a patriarch that thinks different. Now, I'm not one is held in higher regard than another. But in order to be a patriarch, you got to provide certain things. You can't have it both ways. You can't say you want to get your dick sucked, you want to get this, you want to get that, but you ain't paying for shit in this 50-50. Or, you know, it's 50-50. She's going to have this. She's going to make all this because you fucked up and you can't pay for shit anyway because your shit ain't together, right? Or if it is together, you still got this feminine, woman-like attitude, right? You know, you got this feminine, woman-like attitude that you want a woman to take care of you. You don't say that because you know better. So you'll say something like, I mean, man, inflation has done this and done that. So, and I agree, inflation is bad. Like, this shit is getting out of control, man. You go to the grocery store, go buy you some chicken right now. I tried to buy a fruit basket. That shit was $9. And I'm not talking about the biggest one they got. I'm talking about the little bitty small circular fruit basket that was $3 and $4 when I was a produce manager. It's now $9. That shit is ridiculous. I feel sorry for people right now, right? But when you sit and you talk to these people, you try to figure shit out, and you listen to them talk. A lot of times, man, they have their own things that they need to work out. It's wise for you as a man. Yes, $9. It's wise for us as men to step back and say, what type of man am I talking to? Where is he in his life right now? Right? A lot of them ain't gonna tell you they shit. A lot of them ain't gonna tell you. Right? A lot of these dudes, you don't even know if they got a girlfriend. Like, think about it. If you talking to a man about women, he ain't even got no damn woman. He has not, like, listen, this dude, if you got dudes that's been in this space for 4 and 5 years and they not one time if they had a girl they was in a committed relationship with, why the fuck you gonna listen to him about relationships? Huh? Like, I'm not saying that your life is invalid because you're not in a relationship. I'm not saying relationships give you meaning. But I can't talk to you about a subject of something that I don't do. Like, I'm not a good person to probably sit and really kick the tires about relationships with, because I don't know shit. I ain't really been in it. I ain't experienced it like that. All I'm giving you is my brief, X amount of years of experience on this earth. And I'm really pulling it out of my ass and from a bunch of videos that I watched from other men who may or may not have been in a relationship. And if those men have been in relationships, what type of men are they? And so you can't. And then look, I ain't trying to be funny. I don't hear nobody saying this shit on YouTube. Not to my knowledge. I don't hear nobody saying this. I hear a few, but not a lot of people really going in on this subject. But I just don't think we're really gonna. I'm never. And this is why I'm starting to say. This is why I'm emphatic about not going into panel discussions. This is why I'm emphatic about not going and watching response videos. Well, people seem to accuse me of wanting black men to suffer for the community. I'm not telling you to suffer, but if you ain't got no kids, why the fuck am I even gonna get in a discussion with you, bro? You ain't got no kids. You don't even have you don't even believe in a creator. You don't even think that God put you here on this planet. Me and you ain't got the. Me and you ain't. We ain't the same, bro. And I'm not disparaging these people. I'm just telling you these are just little things that you got to take into account when you get into these little spats with people. And look at it. You got to look at it through a real lens, through a real scope. Bro, when was the last time you was in a relationship lasted past 6 months? Never. Oh, shit, bro. I mean, you mean your whole life you ain't never dated a woman past 6 months? Why? I just can't find no good women. Damn. So you found a woman that was in a relationship, y'all lasted 6 months, which means there was something there, but you couldn't make it past 6 months. And if I go talk to this woman, she's gonna sit there and tell me it was all my fault while we broke up. She's not gonna say that you didn't want to have sex with her because you jacked off for till your shit was bleeding, right? She's not gonna say that, right? She's just gonna say that it was all her fault, right? No, she wouldn't say that. She would say something different, but that's not really the truth. Oh, so I just gotta take your word for it. See what I'm saying? This shit, this is what I'm talking about. It becomes, what's the word? Rose-colored glasses, or it's like in the movie Pitch Black, Vin Diesel, when he discovered that the predators in the movie had a blind spot. And he was right in front of the blind spot and they couldn't see him. Right? That's what I'm talking about. You have a blind spot. Some of these brothers have blind spots. I had a blind spot because I didn't realize that shit. And so I get into these little back and forth with people. And I started like, well, damn, we just got a different walk of life. Now you look, somebody might respond to this video. I don't give a fuck. Listen, I don't care. I might get tagged. Fuck it. I'm not even mad about that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? I was mad the other day. I ain't gonna say mad. I was disappointed. Like, come on, bro. Just make your video. Don't put my name in your title and at me like that. Don't at Sub-03639. Don't do that. I didn't do you. Don't you do me. Right? We come on, man. You know what I'm saying? But then people do that. You know what I'm saying? I have other people that might respond to me in a video, and that's okay. Shit, I see this now. So because he said it, this person's popular, so now other people are gonna create content and do it too. Cool. But guess what? I don't subscribe to that bullshit no way. So I didn't know. People telling me. I don't know. I'm not gonna go look for it. It doesn't. I go throughout my day. I'm still happy, frolicking and playing. You know what's up, Omega? You know what I'm saying? Women that act like professional porn stars. Ugh. Should I trust them? No. I don't want a woman that's want me to characterize her by sex. I want a woman that knows what she's doing sexually, but not like we out and about and she just, no, that shit, no. I'd rather you be bougie and stuck up than that we get in that room and it's on and popping, right? Bougie stuff, I like it. The AKA Delta type, like just the bougie. I'm a lady. I don't do that. Don't be putting that out. Yeah, I like that. That's what I like. You know what I'm saying? I don't like when a woman's around here and she all sexual all the time out in public and licking her tongue out. That shit'll turn off. Hate that shit. Be a lady. Damn. What if we got a daughter? You know what I'm saying? I have to say the longest relationship I've ever lasted 10 years. Since then, I'm wondering, was it me? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, Prince. To be truthful, most relationships, if you really sit these people down in a room and talk to them, both parties were guilty of something. I mean, I don't think I've ever been in a relationship where it was 100%. Now, the women have been on some bullshit, but I tolerated that bullshit, and I should have cut her ass off earlier. Even the few bad relationships, I didn't have a lot of bad relationships, but the ones where I had some real immature shit done, I should have cut her ass, and I wish I can go back in a time machine. That shit would go way different. You know what I'm saying? But you young and you in love, because I was in love, guys. I know we don't talk about that. You ain't hearing brothers talk about that in this space, but yeah, Sub has been in love with a woman. Yes, but Sub is not gay. I know. Sub ain't gay. Sub been in love with women, right? Sub had deep feelings for a woman and it took some bullshit and some disrespect from a woman. but I loved her, so I let that shit win. See what I'm saying? And I didn't man the fuck up like I should have. Like, who the fuck she thinks she talking to? Fuck that shit. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? But of course, then it snaps. Eventually, it does snap in your head, and that does kick in. But by then, you done took too much disrespect and all types of shit that you shouldn't have never took. And you'll regret that shit years later. You'll resent it. Like, I should have never took that shit. Never again will I let a woman treat me like that. See what I'm saying? That's what it is. Get in these relationships, and it is what it is. Now, I think in order for us to heal as men, we got to start talking about that shit. Or if we don't, we ain't gonna ever heal. Some of these brothers is hurt. Some of these brothers have done some hurting and got their rewards in that they got their karma. But they're not mature enough to step back and say, man, shit. Like, look, good example, Steven Jackson. Talked about a bitter baby mom and then gonna turn around and say he fucked his damn wife's ex-fiance's bridesmaid this day that they called off the wedding. Like, you gonna fuck a homegirl the same day you're supposed to marry her? And then you wonder why she bitter? You don't see that? Self-actualization. Somebody could sit you down and tell you, hey, man, this is why you probably feel this way. It's because Now, we're going to do that in this space. I told y'all, no, it's too many smart, tough motherfuckers. And then on top of that, one of the things you got to understand, the worst personality is a motherfucker that's an introvert. I ain't going to say the worst, but one of the worst personalities in this space to listen to is a motherfucker that's an introvert that's nowhere near the person he's portraying him or herself to be. But the only way you'll know that is by getting them in person. It's a lot of shit you could tell about somebody when you get around them. It's a lot. It's a lot of shit that I can tell about people when I get around them and you can look them in the face and you can talk. Niggas ain't the same, right? Like, let me tell you something. I had this girl I was talking to, right? So she was from Australia, right? So she was supposed to be coming to see me. She came to California. And so the dude, I guess, she met some dude in Houston. Was it Houston? New Orleans, whatever, right? So she got married to the dude. I ain't heard that from her for months. She told me she was gonna come see me. We didn't talk, right? So I called her. I said, hey, I'm gonna be in New Orleans. Hit me up, right? That's all I did. So literally she said, okay. She got kind of quiet. She said, okay, like that. So come to find out the nigga said, who the fuck is that? Like, I can tell somebody was looking. It didn't dawn on me till after the fact that I didn't even know she had a nigga, right? So she called me back. We can never talk again, and you need to stop calling me. I'm like, who the hell you? What's this? Some nigga take the phone. Yeah, nigga, you need to stop calling my lady. Like, what? I'm like, what? Like, nigga, she called me. She told me she was coming to see me. She sent me the text. It was like 2003. She's like, nigga, she told me she was coming to see me. I ain't got nothing to do with that. So I was just coming back, calling back. Well, nigga, you need to stop calling her. She told me about you. Like, huh? Yeah, she told me about you. And she don't like you. Like, look, bro. Look. Man, chill out, bro. I said, we men. You married, I didn't know. I'm a respectful brother. I respect the bonds of marriage, bro. I ain't never dated, gonna talk to a married woman. So you ain't ever got to worry about me calling her back again. But you got to drop this disrespect because I'm in New Orleans. I'm from Montgomery, but I'm in New Orleans and you do it or whatever. And we need to chill, man. Because I'm in the city with you. Like, it can go down. I'm not some dude out in Alabama. I don't know if she told you that, but I'm in town. Right? That nigga, you don't care. I said, all right, dog. Well, look here, man. I'm at the hurrah. Me and my niggas, we at the hurrah, right? It's whatever, right? Well, nigga, I'm gonna be in songs. I said, all right, cool. I tell you what, I'm gonna come over there tomorrow, right? Now, look, brother, I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't coming on no street shit. But if that's what you want to do, then hey, we can do that. So y'all know I was like, I'm ready. I'm going up the door. I had on a wife beater. Listen, I put on a wife beater, and I had on some damn basketball shorts and some fucking tennis shoes. I'm ready to turn. Who the fuck this nigga think he dealing with? That nigga talking, man. Who the fuck, like, So I walked by and I saw they was at this little bar place. It was outside. I walked by and I looked at the nigga and I know the nigga knew it was me. And I just smiled at him. Right? That nigga ain't want it. I said, man, this bitch ass nigga. I said, man, let it go. I would have beat the shit out of this. Y'all look at this. He's about 160 pounds soaking sweat. So he was talking all this. He had this deep voice and all this tough guy shit. Then when I saw him, I said, this nigga ain't nothing like what he trying to portray himself. But on the phone, he was tough guy, Mr. Whoop my ass and trying to flex in front of his woman. And the girl had never really seen me in person. That's what even made the shit funny, because she was checking. So I said, man, fuck that shit. It's whatever. I waved at her ass. I smiled. She looking like she want to talk, but she can't. She with this little bitch ass nigga. But I'm like, you know what? Y'all have a good one. I didn't say nothing. I didn't walk up to the table. I didn't say nothing. He ain't want it. When he saw me and my niggas, he ain't want it. I said, you know what? Let me go. And we went out on Bourbon Street. I had a good time. Got me some hand grenades. We partied. You know what I'm saying? But I never forgot that shit. A lot of times in this space, it's the same thing. Dudes, when you in your room, in your living room, in your drawers, and it's just you. Like right now, I'm in the basement. I got on some sweatpants and a marathon clothing shirt, right? In the basement with some Jordans on, chilling by myself. I could talk like I'm Mr. Whoop-ass tough guy. I can talk like I got the big 13-inch dick. I can talk that shit. I could. I can keep the shit above. You know what I'm saying? How many people are going to keep it a buck in their base? No, especially when you got a guy who's always been told he's last, right? Especially when you got a guy who's small, not physically intimidating, and now for the first time in his or her life, they're able to sit behind a microphone and somebody gives a fuck about what they got to say. How you going to separate? How you going to know that you're not listening to somebody that's trying to boost their self-esteem with the shit they saying in their basement, and they coming from a worldview of a motherfucker that really, at the truth, they like half pint from school days, right? Like, I mean, y'all remember school days, right? You ain't never seen no pause. Remember that? That's my movie, right? You went to HBCU, you gotta love school days, right? But it's like talking to half pint from school days. The smallest guy on it. He's like, come on, dude. Like, remember hold on. I gotta show y'all this part. That's my favorite part of the doggone thing. Right here. Right? Half pint trying to talk to the girls and stuff. The girl's like, you're so small, I'd probably break you in too. Remember that? Let me see. Is that it? No, that ain't it. Where is it? Well, the girl's like, you so small, I'd probably break you in. I laughed my ass off. I said, I'll be damned. That was just, you know what I'm saying? That ain't it. Damn. Hold on, let me see. Is this a joke? I don't have time for games. Remember that? Damn. Ain't got. Did I buy it? Nope, I didn't. So the point I'm trying to make is, it's not on here. Oh well. But he went to the girls' dorm in that thing. He was trying to talk to the chick, and the chick was like, "You so small, I'll probably break you." That guy, half pint, struggling to get a girl to go on a date. That guy, right? You look at it, you're like, well, shit. That's not a guy that you're gonna really. That's not a guy you really that you want to listen to. You want to listen to half pint tell you about how to talk to a woman, why you shouldn't, because he has a scarcity mindset. Obviously, half pint had a scarcity mindset. Look at how he struggled in the movie. He said, "Hey man, you need to bring a girl to the event. You need to bring a girl to the party. I ain't crossing no virgins. Remember that? Go watch School Day, right?" and then what was crazy, the dude, he got in there and he finally gave her his girl and stuff like that. But he said, "Man, that's foul, man. You took your man girl or whatever." And that's when he said, "Wake up." It was a good movie. Love that movie. But the point I'm trying to make is when you watch School Days, you look at half pint. Are you listening to half pint? Huh? Is that who you're getting your dating advice from? Half pint. I know it's a movie character, right? Speaking of the devil, I knew you was coming. Took you about 10 minutes, but you came, didn't you? Right? But are you getting your advice? Are you getting your dating advice from half pint, or are you getting your dating advice from somebody that's really telling the truth and been through some real life experiences. And why is it two men can grow up in the same country and one man can say, I'm good. Another man say, it's full of shit. There ain't nothing out there. Another man say, man, there's a ton of women out here and they cool as hell. A lot of them are. Why is that? What's the difference? What's the attitude of both of them when they go outdoors into this world? What's the attitude of the brother that says it's a bunch of cool chicks out here I done dated and met a lot of cool sisters, a lot of cool black women out here, versus the brother that goes out here and says it ain't shit, it ain't nothing. 99% of them are fucked up, right? And what is the mentality? What is the abundance versus scarcity, right? And if you have an abundance mentality, like we talked about, you're gonna look at things different. And I don't know what it is about when you go out into the world and you expect something, it usually comes your way. It's like a shooter, guys. Y'all ever played a game when you have confidence in your jump shot, you expect it to fall. For some reason, I don't know what it is. It's a way I could shoot the ball. I got so good at shooting when I got older. I became a much better shooter. When I used to shoot the ball, even if I was off that day, if I wanted to, I could make myself hit the damn jump. I got that damn good at it because I used to shoot 1,000 jump shots all the time. And whenever I wanted the jump shot to go in, I could make that bitch go in. It was the way I squared my shoulders, the follow through, the lift, the way I shot at the top of my arc, everything. And that shit just go whoop, straight in, number net. And I used to do that, right? Over and over and over and over. When it comes to women, I felt like I told myself, this is the truth. This is gospel truth. I would tell myself, just like when you see in the movie Any Given Sunday, Bill Bellamy, he was looking at himself and he was psyching himself out. I'm the greatest wide receiver of all time. Yeah, I'm the fastest there is, right? You tell yourself something and then you walk out. And because you tell yourself something, right? I don't know, sometimes that confidence really you exude confidence, and when you exude confidence, what happens? Women gravitate towards that shit, and I've seen it. I have seen it, right? You do the Noxzema, you get yourself together, you got your nice suit, you smelling good, everything's together, right? Your teeth, your skin, your hair, your nails, all your shit together, right? Shout out to G Dizzle. And then you walk your ass out there. And because you feel that way, that shit, it makes it easy. That's why so that brother's gonna have an abundance mindset, right? And then there's some brothers that really ain't trying to be funny. They'll talk shit. Yeah, I know how to dress too. And you look at them like, that shit don't fit right. Your jacket don't fit right. Your shoes look dusty, right? Whoever cut your hair gave you a fucked up fade, right? The shit don't fit your head. Not every barber is the same. I'm just telling you straight up. You need to find the right barber. They'll cut your shit to fit your head. You got to go and find the right guy. Sometimes that might be an hour and a half drive, sometimes in a big city, to get the best dude that cut your shit like it need to be cut, right? Some dudes cut your shit, look like your hairline recedes. Some dudes cut your shit as crisp and your hairline's together. It just depends on who cuts it, right? When you're older, some dudes cut the shit and some dudes, so when you start looking at that, what do you wear? What cologne do you wear? Then what do you think of yourself when you look in the mirror? If you have a scarcity mindset, you already expect to be rejected, which tells a woman you're not confident. And subconsciously, this is a primal thing with women. You're not confident, you can't fuck. I know. Y'all don't believe me. What you got? It's a real simple sub. Most black men are terrified of competing. It plays out in dating, professional accomplishment, etc. YouTube becomes a safe haven for non-competitive dudes in all areas of life. Facts. I agree. I agree with you, bro. I agree. We ought to do a video, man. We ought to do some content together, man. We went to Tuskegee. We was there at the same time. I was in Young Hall. You was in Bethune. You know what I'm saying? We got to do something. We got to do something, though. We went to Tuskegee together. Oftentimes, getting the flyest chick requires a man to compete. If you're scared to compete, you'll never get the dime piece. Facts. A lot of dudes in this space are upset because they have never been the guy who has the flyest woman in the room. I'm gonna say this. All right, bet G Dizzle. I'm looking for it now. I'm looking for you to call. Hit me up. Email me if you need to. Same name of my channel at Gmail. Sub03639 at Gmail. Let me say this. A lot of times, The success of with women in dating comes from what you think of yourself. That is in order to create an abundance mindset with women, you put in the work. Like I'm gonna give you guys a good example. I had a video a while ago. If I'm going out, right? Let's say I'm going out to the club, right? You know what? I'm gonna give you a good example. So let's say you go to the club, right? You know what the average woman does? This is how they fuck us up. Let me tell you how women do. A woman will go in on Saturday morning. She would get up. She would go to the beautician. She would get her hair done. She would go to the makeup counter. She would get her makeup done, right? She would go, even if she got fat, she would get a fucking damn body, whatever you want, them body contour things and strap and put herself in that bitch. Then she'll put on that dress. She'll put on some damn 4-inch heels. She'll put on that damn best perfume, that $90 to $150 bottle. She'll spray that shit on, right? Looking like looking perfect, right? Ass, she'll put some shit to make her ass sit up just right, right? And then she comes in the club and you threw on a fucking t-shirt and some Jordan and you wonder why you intimidated. You see what I'm saying? Because she came in way higher than you, right? And that's what these women do. Like you ask a girl out on a date, she gonna come looking the best she can look. Brother, let me tell you something. You ask a girl out, go all out. This is not simping. This is a representation of you and how you take pride in how you look. And you take pride in yourself. Let her ass have it. Show up at the spot, dressed to the nines, right? Have your car spotless. Make the bitch smell good. Have your windows, listen, it's very important. Clean your fucking windows. Don't make sure that your windows are spotless. Because ain't nothing worse at night than to have a so-called clean car and you ride the damn light hit it and you see smoke stains all throughout the damn windows and shit. Clean your shit crisp. Make sure you clean the inside of your windshield, especially in the back, right? Do this shit. Put the right music on. Let me tell you my homeboy, God rest his soul, Jared. Let me tell you what he did. Jared told me to make him a CD, right? And he told me, he said, I want you to make me a CD. I'm going out with this girl. And I'm going to tell you, this girl, her name was Stacy, right? And Stacy was this girl he always liked, right? So he told me, he said, man, I want you to make me a CD, right? He said, then this is when I had my mobile car wash. He called me up. He said, man, I want you to buff my car up, gloss it up real good, buff it, give me the foam pad. I want the buff, foam pad, and what he paid me. Wax, all that shit. Then he said, man, I'm going to help you, bro. I want you to clean the wheel wells, everything. I want you to put some of that good-ass baby powder, air freshener in this bitch. I want you to come in here and put the armor all on my dashboard. Listen, I'm telling you what he did, right? And he told me to make him a CD, right? And, you know, I said, bro, you serious? He said, yeah, I want you to make me a CD with the sickest slow songs you can make, right? And so I remember I asked him, I said, man, you know, are you serious? You want some input on it? You know what I'm saying? He said, yeah. I said, okay, so I want you to tell me if this is the song, this is the first song. He said, I told him, I said, man, don't play the song until you get her in the car, right? He actually did this shit. And he got her ass in the car. And the first song he put on was this one right here. This song right here.
Yeah, I'm waiting, just waiting, anticipating the chance to run into you. Sitting here for hours, one day in separation.
So anyway, that nigga Jay I'm telling you, he had a sick ass outfit on. And needless to say, about a week later, they was getting it in. He was fucking angry. I mean, but they wound up getting engaged. That was his fiance. Now Jay was about 5'7", and at the time he was overweight. He was about 300 and some odd pounds. I shit you not, but he sounded like Gerald Levert, kept him a crisp haircut, right? He could sing his ass off. And he was charming. He was God rest his soul, my boy was charming. Charmed her ass right out of her panties. This girl, if you saw, you got ain't no way in hell she'll get that nigga a time of day. Shit, that girl was in love with that nigga. What was it? The abundance mindset. He took pride in himself. All this shit was him taking. Now he did it in preparation for the date, but it was him taking pride in himself and his presentation, what he looked like. right? Because there's a demon that you're gonna be having to fight that's gonna tell you, man, why you doing that shit for these hoes, man? Fuck that hoe. Just show up like you normally do. Throw some t-shirt and some jeans on and just fuck it. Just show up. Be yourself. Try to put on for these hoes, right? You got that shit, that voice in your head. You got to fight that shit off. You're like, no, I'm going to give her the best version of myself. And when he did that shit, she said, this is the best date I have ever been on. She told him, he said, man, he took her ass to, there was a romantic ass nigga. That nigga took her ass to like the riverfront in this little cut in Alabama and Montgomery. They got this river, right? In the Alabama River. So he took our ass out by the river, but it's an area where you can ride down and walk, and it's just grass right up to the river. Man, he spread that shit out and they took our ass on a date, and they sat there on a blanket that night and talked about their dreams and what they wanted out of life and shit. I mean, deep shit. He spent no fucking money. He barely spent money. They went to eat, but it wasn't like he spent. It's Montgomery. He spent that much money. And he was successful. Abundance mindset. How he approached it. He had an abundance mindset. He was like, man, shit, if I'm single, man, he got married, but he was like, man, if I'm single, man, so many women, I'll be this. He used to talk like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. At the river walk. That's what I'm talking about. Something about that water, brother. Something about that water. You know, and he did that. And the point I'm trying to make is, guys, the abundance mindset. Now, if you come in a place where you got brothers that are like that don't let their shortcomings stop them, and then you coming in a place where you got brothers that let their shortcomings stop them, then you're gonna have a dilemma to deal with. I've never been a guy that wanted to drag a man because he don't have something, man. I've been fucked up, bro. I've had license suspended. I had no damn car. But I kid you not. Now, I'm gonna tell the gospel truth. Now, was I completely the same guy as I was when I had 6 figures in my bank account? Hell no. I was more confident. I still thought I was the shit, even when I was broke. I never thought, when I say thought I was the shit, like not like I'm all that, but it's just that I always felt like I feel a certain way about myself. Because you feel a certain way, you exude that shit, man. I had a lady, I ain't gonna say the name of the company, middle-aged lady. She was older than me. I was fucked up, right? I had no money and nothing like that. This lady, I came in her business and I was flirting with her, right? And she said, look, why don't you come back? I want to talk business with you because I like your mind. Because we got into a conversation. Now, this lady was rolling, making like, I don't know how many, probably 6 figures a month. She had like a medical weight loss company, right? So I sat there and I was talking, what bad looking lady now? Actually, what? You know, about 40 something. At the time, I think I was like 33, 34. No. Yeah, I was about 34. Right. So I came back, came back up there. We talking and we talking about business. I knew she wanted to fuck. I knew that's what she wanted. It wasn't even about, I knew it. Right. Which wound up happening. But the thing was, what really kind of got to me, she was like, you are very, it's like, she's like, what have you done? Because she could tell I had done something. I said, well, yeah, I did. I flipped. I made this. I did this. I knew it. She said, I can tell you done some stuff because of the way you was talking. Your mindset different. And of course, that because she liked me. But what she was saying was, your mindset is different, because I was telling her stuff about her business and trying to help her. I said, well, look, I was looking at getting the kiosk in the mall, and with it Christmas being about to come up, why don't you just get a kiosk in the mall and start doing X, Y, and Z, and then we can get people to sign them up, and we can do this, and do that. And at the time, I was unemployed, so I was the one working at the kiosk. So I talked my way up on the job. That's number one. But she kept, the reason I hated working there, because she kept trying to buy me, and you can't buy me. Like, if it ain't organic and I don't really feel, you don't give a fuck if I ain't got but $5 to my name. You ain't finna buy. I'm not finna like just. This lady literally, I know y'all ain't gonna believe it. This lady told me, I'll give you $50,000 to marry me. She said, just look, we'll have a wedding. I'll get you your own place. We ain't gotta live together. She said, I just want to have a wedding. I just right hand to God on my head. That's what she said. And I said, hell no. What? I said, hell no. So I'm not finna do that. I said, if I marry somebody, I'm serious about it. Number one. Number two, what's $50,000? I made $100,000 in 4 hours flipping houses. Why the hell am I gonna marry somebody for $50,000? That's a lot of money, and it would have been a lot of money back then. Not trying to be funny, but what I'm saying is, I had made it on my own steam and my own merit, so I knew that you couldn't buy me. She, man, look at her. She got wet in them. She loved that shit. She kept trying to buy me. Kept trying to show off. She had this other dude, so she went, they was fucking, she went and bought him all types of shit, trying to make me jealous, showing me at the mall. She bought this nigga Jordans. But see, that nigga, he's slow. See, I knew what she was trying to do. Because she like me, and I ain't studying her ass. And her friends was always telling me, oh, you need to get with him. He seemed like, and I just wasn't with that shit. And so she saw this other girl come up there that I was really into. And then she really got mad. She's like, oh, hell no. You know, because she saw her, she's like, oh, I can't compete with that. I'm like, you damn sure can't. You know, when she saw us, she got mad, and then me and her got into it. She was talking real slick. And I said, man, fuck this shit. I quit. I got another job. You know what I'm saying? This when I wasn't making a lot of money. This before I became a produce manager. But this was right after my comedy club. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, all in all, man, you've got to figure out your own lane and maximize that shit. Be fly, be the best person you can be, and stop having. Do you ask yourself, do you have a scarcity or do you have an abundance mindset? Because if you have a scarcity mindset, you will listen to these statistics about how, oh man, a black woman, 99%, I can't get a good woman in the dating pool. It's just not a good viable option, right? You'll hear all that shit, right? And you'll believe it instead of telling yourself, well, I hear you saying that, but I'm good. It's funny how sub can live in the same country, come up and deal with the same shit these brothers dealt with. Just about everything they've been through, I've been through. And I'm optimistic, and I'm the type of guy that say, man, there's plenty of cool ass chicks out here. Don't hand me that bullshit. And then they turn around, man, it's a bunch of fucked up. It ain't nothing out here. Like, that's bullshit. And usually when you look at the brothers that say that, there's something missing. Just about every time, physically, there's something missing. You can say, well, man, I see why you probably catching hell. You know, but remember what's that movie? Drumline. Remember when he told him, he was like, yeah, man, he said, the white boy was like, well, man, why everybody gonna try me? He said, I ain't gonna lie, man, I would have tried you too. He said, oh, thanks. He was like, I just look at you. You ain't got it together. You know, so when you look at well, yeah, that's what she tried to buy me with her damn money. She kept trying to take me out to eat, which I would go out to eat, but as far as like other stuff, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna buy me. Like she told me, well, I get you an apartment. First she said, I said, no, I'm good. Nope. And then she thought whenever she was snapped, she could just cuss and go off and talk to you any kind of way. I ain't built like that. I'm like, fuck, I don't give a fuck about your money. But damn about your damn, I don't care about that shit. I work, I'm working, I earn my damn money. She had the best month she ever had with me. Because the idea I gave her, guys, I signed up like 75 people in her damn company. They all put $10 down, which is $750. And even if they didn't show up for the appointments that they set, she made income, passive income off something she didn't even have to do because they missed the appointment. But half of them people showed up. So that kiosk, just off me, I paid for the kiosk, just off my work. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, guys, I got to go, man. I'm tired. I'm stiff. I just started back working out, man. And, you know, I'm right now, my body's starting to really tell me I need to get some rest. I'm going to go upstairs. Guys, let me tell y'all what I got for Christmas. Let me show y'all something. This, I bet y'all like, he love to brag. I love this shit. Get you one, man. It's a nice machine. Check this out. So I got one of these. What is it? I got one of these right here. Man, look here. I love this machine, bro. I had some company on the other day. We had a good little time with it. It make all types of drinks and stuff. Like, it's cool, man. It's a cool little thing, man. So you can come here and pick all the different types of drinks. You can get the drinks that you put on it, different stuff like that, you know. So nice little gift, man. But anyway, y'all have a good one, and I will see y'all later. Hit me up, G Dizzle.